What's today? Thursday?
Yep.
Oh fuck. That was Tuesday. I'll call that plant place later.
Thursday?
Are we live?
Yep.
Ah, okay. I thought I heard myself again. I was like, wait a minute.
I got to get rid of the emojis next, but I just wish there was a way to permanently eliminate those things.
Oh, I've said that from the beginning. That needs to be in your preferences to where you can turn it off and then it just stays off. And it makes you fucking do it every time you start a live stream.
Yep.
Every once in a while, it will stick for one or two live streams, but then it will reset again. I've had it a couple of times where it didn't come back on, but what they need to do is build a preference menu for live streams and then put all the options in there and you go in there and build it.
Yep. You make it
And
what you
then,
want. Yep.
right. And then you can just set all your preferences for your live streams. And then
Little Llama
that's
Laura.
the same way you do with your rating system, your preferences for your rating on your videos. You can permanently set them so you don't have to do it every time you upload a video. You can set it for not for kids, comments enabled, all that stuff. What's up, Laura? They need to do a live stream preference menu. I'll tell you what, it's much nicer today than it was yesterday. Jesus.
Waypoint. Frank's here. Chris Wedgeworth.
What's up, guys? I had to
Good
freaking
morning, all.
I had to sweep the entire back porch off because it was just covered in sand.
Oh boy.
I said for some reason in the backyard the grass doesn't want to grow. It just stops at the fence line in the front yard. I don't know what's up with the ground back here, but I've tried putting grass seed down and it doesn't seem to take, so I don't know. It's fucking sandy as shit. Yesterday that wind was blowing, it was just blowing sand all into the freaking porch.
As you can see, we've got nothing but dense fog here on the water.
Looking like Steve yesterday, huh?
Yep. Not good.
Oh man.
Right now, the American Century should be right out underneath that bridge, and it's not there. Should be downbound.
Oh, that's good. You're not out flying on that shit.
No, eat my ass at home. Like I said before, just to let everybody know, at 3 o'clock, I'm going to have to go to the doctor's for a follow up from my hospital visit. So I don't expect to be gone that long, but if I don't make it back here by 5,
Depends
uh,
on whether your doctor, how much they schedule patients. Some doctors overschedule.
yep, exactly.
I can't stand that shit. They'll schedule a patient like every 10 minutes on their schedule, but then they take some 30 minutes to see one patient.
Right.
Like, Jesus. And then you have to deal with people walking in too, and trying to squeeze them in.
Yep.
Well, that gives you what, about an hour and a half by the time you get there?
That's what
How
I'm
how
thinking.
far of a drive is it?
It's about a half-hour drive, 20
Ah,
minutes, maybe half hour.
worst case, you'll be back by 6, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like I said, it depends on how fast you're on the doctors, because you got about an hour worth of driving back there and back.
Hey, drone worship, how you doing?
What's up, Dan?
Cool cat. Chris Wedgeworth.
Michael, Chris, what's up? You said Jody was in the chat too?
Yep. Jody was up there right at 9 o'clock.
Let's see if Tim wants to do a gaming live tonight since this is a Friday night.
So does Dan see, since he's in Florida, does he go to that meetup thing at the South South Florida
I have
town
no
meetup?
idea if he's going to that or not, to be honest with you. He went the first 2 years that I went, but I think I think he went the second year I went to. Yeah, he did, because he brought Clinton with him, I think, the second year.
Oh, Drone Worship says he's thinking about joining one of your gaming lives.
Well, we've been doing Devour and Dead by Daylight are the two we've been playing. Devour seems to be getting pretty good views on the live stream, so I like that one a little bit better just because it's a little bit longer matches versus so short with the Dead by Daylight. It's only like 10-minute matches, 10, 15 minutes. Got to find a good shooting game everybody likes. So everybody seems to like different ones. So
Well, it's preferences, whatever they like, whatever they're more comfortable with, or
I liked PUBG. It's reminds me a lot of Fortnite, but I just don't know all the controls. I got to get all the controls down for it because it's a lot different. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, I need to look those up. A list of controls for that. I can have them. Go to your channel here. Pull up the chat.
I'm just pitching some peanuts.
Turn that microphone on. Go to Google real quick. Susan. Looking for a good golf game. Well, it depends on what kind of golf game are you talking about, Waypoint. You want like a legit golf game? Because they have a actual like legit golf game that's like the real golf players and all that, or you want like more of a cartoonish golf game, like Hot Shots or something. I think they had a free golf, a real good golf game on Steam. I'll look it up here in a minute. It was free. I think it was free. I'll have to look back on it and see. Because they have like the Tiger Woods games and stuff like that, the ones that are like real legit golf. And then they have more of like the kid version golf games, like Hot Shots and Golf with Friends, stuff like that. Yeah,
Waypoint says more realistic. He likes that.
okay. Give me a minute. I'll see what they got available. Pull Steam up real quick. I can look up the controls for PUBG here in a minute. Let me look. I saw one the other day. I was just looking at some random free games they had available because I like to keep an eye on that because sometimes they put some really good ones on. see here. They have like the WGT tour. That one's more realistic, I would say. Let's see here. Let me share the screen. So you got Golf It, or not Golf It, but the WGT Tour Top Golf. This one's pretty realistic. That one's about to come out. Oh, free to play, I guess. So you can add it to your library. If you want all the DLCs, you're looking at $57. If you want to add any DLCs, it'd be like extra packs and stuff, of the extra players, different things like that. Let's see here. But there's a shit ton of golf games. They got Golf Club. I mean, if you just go look on Steam, man, there's tons of them. They got the Golf Masters, just pretty realistic. Nope. I don't need that on there.
Morning, Paul, Justin,
Yeah.
Laura.
Hey, good morning, Mark.
Jody.
Welcome.
Oh no, see, and that's what the best thing to do, Waypoint, is if you find a game that looks like it might be interesting to you, and you're not sure if you want to spend the money, that's when you go on YouTube and watch some gameplay of it and see whether it's something you would be interested in before you buy it. That's what I normally do. I go and watch some gameplay of it, see how realistic it is, all that good stuff. No, just go to good here. I'll put the link in the chat. Hold on a sec. You can download Steam for free to your computer. And then you can look up through Steam all the games. They have free ones and all that. You can download them and all that good stuff. Let's see here. So if you just go here. Fucking Bing. I hate Bing. All right. Just go right there, right at the very top of the search engine. It says Steam download, and you can download because all Steam is a game launcher where you can buy games and you can launch them from there. You can download them on your computer, and then say you don't want to take up the space on your computer. You can uninstall them, but they'll be stored on your account forever. So at any time, you can go back into your Steam account and re-download it to your computer, which is great because you can have a massive library of games, but you don't have to have them all downloaded. You can uninstall them as you're not playing them and then reinstall them later. But just right at the very top, you'll see Steam download. And Epic's another good one too. That's another game launcher too. You can also download. They have some exclusive games and stuff. I think you can download Epic from the Microsoft Store. Let's see. Yeah, go to Microsoft Store and download. Here, I'll put this one in there for you. And those are the two main game launchers everybody uses. But there's the other one. You can download both of those on your computer, and you can buy and store games on both of those. Same concept as Steam Epic is. But some of them have games that other ones don't have. Or sometimes you can find better prices on one of those too. And if you're interested in buying games, let me know, and I can also find you cheaper keys online that you can purchase and then go to Steam, put the key in, and it will unlock the game for you. There's sites you can go to and you can buy keys for half the price of what Steam will give them to you for. Just let me know ahead of time. Help you find some games for cheaper. Because if Steam's selling it for $50, I can find them for 20 on other sites.
Mhm.
And you can buy a global key.
Who else is there? Laura, Chris, Brian,
Yeah.
Michael.
What's up, Mark?
I Justin. Used to be some really good golf games about.
Well, I mean, they have, like I was telling Brian, I was like, they have little kids ones that are more cartoonish, but they're still, the physics are still the same. It's just they're more
Yeah.
cartoonish looking. But you can download ones that look like, they'll have Tiger Woods PGA or whatever it is, golf.
Mm.
And it looks really good graphics and looks legit and everything.
Oh yeah, the graphics have definitely improved a hell of a lot on the golf games recently.
But like I told him too, the best way to find out if you're gonna want to spend $50 on a game is go watch some gameplay. And if it
Yeah.
really interests you, then go ahead and put the money up and buy it. But I can find $50 games for $20 all day long on other sites. And it just gives you that global key, and you just go to your Steam account, put the key in, and it unlocks the game for you. You can pay half price for a
We
game.
used to have competitions amongst ourselves at lunchtime. We'd go we had the golf on one of the works computers, so is
And then
drone
there's
worship done?
yeah,
Right. I done.
that's his old well, he's got a bunch of accounts, but that was his original account name. And then he changed it to I Fixed It,
Mm.
which is a different channel from that one, I believe. He's got his main channel. He does a lot of the motorcycle content, and then he has another one where he started putting his
Yeah,
drone
that's right.
content.
Yeah.
But he's got a crap ton of other accounts that he uses for stuff too.
He's added it to drone worship the forgotten.
Oh yeah, he's notorious for changing his channel names too. What's up, Donald? How's it going, man?
Hey Don.
Donald.
I was going to say, have you been and flown your Inspire? But it's a bit early yet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really foggy there right now, so he's not trying to fly.
Yeah, it's very, very,
You see the
very.
if you look
Yeah,
at the
it does
TV,
look a bit misty on that screen. Yeah.
because he was talking about a ship was going through there. He's like, it's right there, but you can't see it. Last time he flew in fog like that, that was when he lost the Air 2S the second time. Oh no, that was the first time he lost it.
Yeah.
Second time was the wire,
The wire.
Wire over the
and then
ice.
the third time was obviously about what 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to be flying an Inspire and that shit. That's a big bird to be flying around, especially with
Fog
the
is
older.
wet.
Well, especially with the older tech in it too. I wouldn't want to be
Mm.
flying that around in the fog like that.
Mm.
Well, the problem is that would have been a bazillion views, Dan, except for he lost the damn drone, and it didn't store the footage on the drone. So I don't think we ever actually saw what happened to that drone, did we?
Nope.
The one that you lost in the fog. I think you had the video up to a certain point and then it stopped, but we never actually got to see the footage of when it lost connection and all that. Russell. Paul's no sissy. You can fly in the fog.
Russell.
Hey, Russell. Yeah, I don't care how many strobes you put on a drone in that kind of fog. It's hard to keep track of it for sure.
100%. Plus, fog screws with those fucking sensors too. Like if it was an FPV drone, that'd be
Yeah.
one thing, but there's been people that have put DJI drones above fog banks and those bottom sensors that you can't turn off. When they went to lower it, fucking got stuck because it thought it was hitting the ground,
Yep.
and they got stuck
You can
above it. I
turn
remember that.
You can turn the bottom sensors off on some of them now, but they don't have land hard if you're not careful.
Yeah, and the older drones, well, the one that one dude got stuck above the fog bank was a Spark, and he could you that on that one you couldn't turn the bottom sensors off, and he was stuck up there. Finally got it to break through the fog, and lowered it when he was down to like the last like 10% of his battery. Almost lost the damn drone.
Yeah, fog being all water or mostly water just reflects the radio waves and ultrasonics and stuff like that. It's bloody useless.
Right.
Yeah, if it was an FPV drone, you wouldn't have that problem because there ain't no damn sensors. You just rip right through that fucking fog. I agree, Dan. That's what pisses me off about that fucking Avata. I wish that thing. It's a cool little drone, but to have to put it in acro to unlock its full speed and everything, I think is the stupidest shit ever. I think that should be your choice as a pilot. If you want to fly in GPS mode and fly at 60 miles an hour, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like having the safety features is nice and everything, but as somebody that bought the drone, you should have the full capability to turn off what features you want. And then you're taking your own risk by doing it, but you should have that control.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, I'm still interested in drones to a certain extent. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't mind getting a little tiny hawk set up, something just small to play around with outside the house, in the front yard and stuff like that. Go to the park and whip it around. I don't want nothing extensive, but I wouldn't mind having a little set of goggles and a couple little small FPV drones, like little baby hawks or something. That'd be fun to play around with. Yes, Brian.
I think the baby hawk you can only do outside. It's got no prop guards.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want it for
tiny
flying
hawk
in the,
does.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want it for flying in the house, just around the house, outside and stuff, or go to the park, play around with it, stuff like that. Not for doing videos or anything, just having fun with it.
The tiny hawk has, but the tiny hawk freestyle hasn't got prop guards.
Brian, yes, that would be worth getting because with the Game Pass, sometimes you get those games free that you would otherwise have to pay for. So the Game Pass is not bad. You can get that, download as many games as you want in those 3 months. And then once that 3 months is up, whatever games you've downloaded, you get to keep. So it's not like you have to keep the membership up to keep the games. And sometimes they release some really good freebies. It just depends. But yeah, if they're offering 3 months free, why not? You can go in there and try to download as many games as you can.
Yeah,
onto your
you
account.
download a lot of games in 3 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy. How you doing?
I don't want. I'm not necessarily a fucking drone that size. I'm just saying it would be fun to have like a little tiny hawk or something play around with. Flying a drone or a freaking Inspire around the house, yeah, that's fucking huge. The whipping it in circles in the front yard.
Around the house, but not.
My front yard ain't even
inside
big
it.
enough. I'd go 10 feet and I'd have to turn it around and come back.
Yeah, it's like if you live in an area where you have a private airport, just for a couple of puddle jumpers flying, and all of a sudden you go out and buy a 747. Well, you can't land it there,
Yeah. Didn't what's his name? John Travolta, didn't he have a little private airstrip at one of his mansions where he could actually land that airliner?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yep.
Hell, that'd be a
It's what-
long runway.
He had a pretty big ass mansion though, and I think he had a hangar for it and everything. Let me see.
Oh yeah, he was
But
set up good.
he also actually flew for some actual professional, like for some airlines, quite a bit over the years.
Well, I think he used to volunteer for airline pilot just to keep his credentials up.
Yeah, here, right here.
So he was actually a qualified pilot.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's been interested in flying for years. He's been a huge pilot. But yeah, this is his house right here. I believe this was it.
Yeah.
But he's got his big ass plane parked there, a couple small ones, and he's got a big ass airstrip.
A medium-sized jet, and then the big one.
Yeah, and he's got a big ass airstrip right here, but it's a big piece of open property. There's really nothing around it. Talking about acres and acres of property. But oh yeah, he's been a legit pilot for years, and like I said, he's actually flown for air. People have been on flights with him on regular airline flights, and he was the pilot. One of the gaming YouTubers I used to watch a lot. I don't watch him too much anymore. I catch his videos every once in a while, but when I used to watch him all the time, he became a real pilot too. It was flying a lot of small aircraft. He was a big GTA player for FiveM, and then he started getting into flying actual planes after Flight Simulator and all that came out the last few years. He got really heavily into it.
Hi, David.
What's up, David?
Yeah, how much?
Birdman. He's got a new background. He's had
He
that.
had that on there yesterday too.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on.
I had to sit there and look at that shit for like 3 hours.
Yeah, after a while, it does get a little bit annoying.
It's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Can't you alternate it with a few other ones?
Hey, and there's Ron. How you doing, Ron?
Hi,
Good.
Ron.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing? Are you on your way to work or back coming home?
No, I'm in Dawn's truck. I'm taking it to get the windshield replaced and the oil changed and all kinds of. My whole day is consisted of errands for him. But hey, Paul, the reason I come on real quick this morning. When you're all done this morning, would you give me a quick buzz on the phone?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, kind of important.
Okay.
But yeah, I picked up his girlfriend yesterday at the airport. She's going to be here till like the 18th. And then after that, nobody's going to be here. And I don't know what the hell we're going to do.
Oh, wow.
Because he can no longer be left alone.
Now, does he qualify for in-home care?
He does. And he's just not. Some days I just feel like I talk to him and it's like I feel like I'm Charlie Brown's teacher, you know, the wah, 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 wah. I went and did some research and got him, but he has to do it. There's a senior center service, whatever, about
Really?
20 minutes from him, and they provide the life alert, they provide meals, they provide housekeeping, they provide transportation to the doctor's office, all for free. So,
But he has to initiate it.
but he has to initiate, correct? Yeah. Yeah.
Did you call him and explain to him what's going on and ask them to contact him?
I was at his house yesterday and did that face to face, and felt like it went in one ear and out the other.
No, but
So-
I meant the company. did you contact the company and explain
Oh,
the
yeah.
situation?
Yeah. I contacted them and had a long talk with them. The lady was super nice, very helpful. Yeah, but she explained everything to me. I'm like, holy cow, she's fabulous.
Now, let me ask you something, Ron. Do you think somebody that's that far gone and in that situation, do you think they should have that kind of say, or do you think it should be up to the family? Because they're not, would you say they're mentally 100% there to be making decisions like that?
No, he's, honestly, I'd call him 90% there. No, he's
Okay.
still pretty sharp, but there's just, like the other day, I texted him. I said, "Hey, I'll see you tomorrow." I said, "I'm picking up Tiffany at 2:00. He goes, "Well, that's not till the 4th or 5th." I'm like, "No, Don, that's tomorrow. I'm taking your truck on the 4th."
Yeah.
And then
And
3 times yesterday, he contacted her and said good morning. And they do that every day, once a day. But he did it 3 times. In other words, he forgot about the other 2 times.
What's up, Phil?
so,
no,
Justin,
he's very the word I want to use, cognizant of his decisions, and he's alert and oriented and everything. It's just times he has forgetfulness.
What's up, TJ?
That and pride and stubbornness.
Ron, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm just about to share something.
He's driving, so probably not.
Yeah. No options to share sound. Watch this. I just have to put them little blocks back on.
Oh, that's not good. The
Oh.
fucking ambulance too.
Yeah.
What's
But
it on
look.
fire?
Yeah.
Well, it will be. Just watch what happens, right? That guy tries to alert them that the van's on fire. They're like completely oblivious to what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's now in the back getting the patient out. Look, let's get the medical equipment out. This is a 91-year-old woman being taken home. Right, that's it. She's out of the van and carry on working. Just get a couple more equipment out. And let's go. Let's put her inside. Oh, wait, what's going on to my van? They actually dropped her off at next door's house, not the house that they're at.
Oh, wow.
Probably a disconnected fuel line or something.
It is engulfed in flames.
You think?
That's
It will be.
That's a big ambulance, Ron. What we're
Yeah,
looking
just wait till its oxygen tanks blow up.
You mean?
Oh, look at the flames
Yeah,
pouring
I
out
bet
of
you
it.
that was one of them right there. Because look at how it's pushing the fire out.
Yeah. And kablamo.
Which is kind of funny because they probably had a fire extinguisher on that thing. They should have at least tried to do something
Yeah,
at the
fire
very beginning.
Apparently, the ambulance staff were completely oblivious to what was going on, and they ignored the guy that was trying to tell them the ambulance was smoking.
How do you not see that?
Well, you
If
see
you're taking somebody out the back of the ambulance, you don't look at the front of it.
Yeah, they're just desperate to deal with the person and the.
I'm just saying, like, the smoke wasn't noticeable.
Well, that baby's gonna burn right to the ground.
Oh, it's gone already.
Yeah.
I mean, as a first
Now you can hear the stuff going off.
As a first responder, though, I mean, you gotta be vigilant to your surroundings, everything around you.
There you go. That's the oxygen tank gone.
It's gonna end up burning the shit out of that car in the driveway here in a second. But the whole ass end of that fucking car is probably gone on it.
Scorched. Especially, the tail lights and stuff that are made out of plastic.
The amount of heat coming off of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, hey guys, I'm about ready to pull into my destination, but
Okay, Ron, I'll give you a holler.
All right,
Thanks later, Ron.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay,
Guys,
see you
have a
on.
great day.
Yeah, there you go. Look, it's the rest of it going. shower in the garden full of ambulance.
Now
And
the
then-
fire department gets there.
What puzzles me is the fire brigade come from that side, and the fire officer comes down from down the garden next door. It's like, how the hell did he get there? I mean, the fire brigade are pretty quick over here. Yeah, but now, watch from the right.
And fill it.
You'll see the two paramedics in a minute. Here comes the fire officer.
That's it in about 15 seconds.
Look, two paramedics are like, well, how are we going to explain this to the boss? She's just vaping.
That was loud.
I said, I don't see how you could be that oblivious. Like,
Oh, Dan.
what's up, Dan?
Hey, Dan.
So
Hi,
How's
Dan.
those laptops working out for you?
actually, Justin, so I just finished the Alienware. I put the new tab key on, new battery, everything. I also just finished the Lenovo. I'll
Oh, were you able to find the tab key on eBay, or did you find it somewhere else?
yeah, I found it on eBay. That worked.
Yeah,
out.
there was guys literally tearing keyboards apart and selling them individual
Hey,
keys. I
Captain
was like,
Joe.
that's a good little racket right there.
I mean, honestly, at $5 a key, that is a pretty good little racket. You know,
Well,
I
yeah,
wasn't mad.
because I mean, for somebody that needs just one key, it's $5.
Morning,
but
Joe.
for them, selling multiple keys,
Morning,
yeah, that shit
morning,
adds up.
morning.
Right, so you're just driving around picking up $20 laptops, $10 laptops that are broken as parts and just pulling the keyboard apart. You know, there's what, like almost 100 keys, so $5, you know, times 100.
Right.
It just pays out, I think, in the end. You know, even if you only sell
Well, it's
half
about-
the keys.
I think there's
Right.
about 50 keys.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
this one has quite a few more keys, I think, than 50.
Because there's 26 letters of the alphabet, then
Right.
10 numbers, then 10
Well,
F keys.
But you also have,
and
yes, your
all
F keys
the
and
other
your
little
F,
bits.
your
Yeah.
F numbers, plus your keypad on
Mm.
the right. If your computer
Yeah.
does keypad sensory,
If
it has
it-
it on the
Yeah,
right.
if it's got a numeric keypad as well.
Right,
Yeah.
numeric keypad.
My-
And it
then
goes on.
then some of the gaming laptops and shit have programmable
Have a lot
keys.
more. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
this is. So it has
My
all that.
question is, Dan, do you actually
Uh-huh.
keep a few spare? Because I've seen how your laptops go.
Do I keep spare what?
Keys.
Oh no, no.
Because the way that the Alienware laptop went, it weren't far off and was scattering them keys across your room.
Yeah, that fucking battery swelled bad.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm selling it. It's over there in the corner. I don't even want to take the time to fix it. I just put it back together. I was like, I can make it somebody else's problem. So if they want a $400 gaming laptop, there you go. I mean, it's costs way more than that. If anybody knows anything about Alienware, bro, that laptop would still sell for like $700. But I don't
mean,
want to. I just don't want to.
If you find a decent one that's 3 years old for $800, you'd be looking pretty.
Correct.
I mean-
But I really don't care to, just because, like I said, the Lenovo is almost on par with my other Alienware that I just lost the battery. And so it's like, did I really lose out? I only spent 50 on this one, and this one does full gaming, and it's completely compatible with everything I do. You know, it's older, but this is the front-facing camera. Literally, is it that bad? Like, this thing's actually in pretty fairly good shape. And like I said, if I want to do extreme gaming, I just swap to the Lenovo. So I don't, you know.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know,
the amount
man.
of use you got out of that other one, I mean, you got your money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
So you've
since
had that one for a
2000
long time.
Since like 2017 or 18. Yeah. I mean, but it never saw gaming. Like, this is the first time I actually like got into the gaming side of it, you know. So I think ideally, dude, I want to get a monitor, a 4K monitor with at least like 120 hertz kick res or kick hertz. and put that here, and then just plug in through HDMI and actually put this laptop somewhere away from this entire setup. But
Oh
we'll
yeah,
see.
you can find good deals on 120. They don't get expensive till you start getting into 240.
Right.
But 120 is pretty decent for gaming. I mean, you don't really have to go to 240.
So, but I'd asked you the other day. I sent you a link saying, what's because Windows 7 isn't Steam capable anymore, and I have to crack Steam to be able to use it on this, which is becoming quite the process. I'm getting through part of it, but it's just a long process. At some point, I will crack it for this, but on the Lenovo, it just works because it's Windows 10. So, if there were games you were playing, and I saw that you sent me some, I'm limited on space because I downloaded like every Halo game I have, and I only have 256 gigs currently on that SSD. But until I get an external, I'm down for downloading like what you said, Halo Infinite. I'm assuming you meant the multiplayer Halo Online.
Yeah, because if you can download the online, but if you want the actual story mode, you have to pay for the game.
Right. Okay, which I don't care about the story mode. I only care about things that have Master Chief in them. So if Master Chief isn't it, I don't care. That's why I didn't play ODST. It was a joke. That was stupid. ODST was like the worst. Halo Wars was the worst game ever created. That was just like it was almost like an RPG. It was dumb. But no, dude, I have Apex Legends on here. I was gonna download PUBG, but then it was like 56 gigs. I was like, God, do I really have space for this right now?
And that's
I don't.
that's actually a small game, dude.
I
Fucking
know.
some games are 110, 140 gigs, like ridiculous amounts.
Listen, bro. Listen, I will get an external hard drive to plug into. I got this, okay? Just chill out, man. I went cheap just to see if I could get all these laptops up and running. Look, I got another SSD right here ready to go, and I bought 2 of these. You know why I bought 2 of these? Because they were $10, bro. It has SATA 6 gig. This is crazy. Like, to get a $10 SSD, bro, for 256 gigs with SATA 3 and 6 gigs of overdrive line. That's crazy.
Yeah, have you looked at getting one of those cases online?
Oh, to go around it and then plug into the
Yeah, you can get a
Yeah.
double one and put both of them in there.
So I did order the SATA cable, and that's what I was looking at was a bay for these. And then I'd just get 2 more of these and just plug them in because it's $20 for 500 gigs of SATA with but the write speed on these is what I was looking for. These are extremely fast, so I thought that was I'm gonna do that. I think.
Yeah, because what's great is those cases are actually really cheap. You can get them for like 10 to 20 bucks, depending on how nice a one you want.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's got
Yeah.
one of those.
Mark, have you got your suntan lotion ready for the weekend?
Oh, it's lovely and sunny out there.
Yeah. You might need it at the
Cold.
weekend, though, for your head.
Cold, but it's sunny.
Wait till Saturday.
I don't get sunburnt in the house.
Yeah. No, but it's not going to be from 19 up to 24 degrees on Saturday.
Oh, God. That's a big rise from what 6 it is now, I think.
Yeah. We're
Hey.
currently sitting at about 6 to 12 degrees, and suddenly it's just going to jump to 20 to 24. It's like, whoa!
Mark, do you have a laser pointer?
No.
Oh man, bro, if you had a laser pointer, I would totally suggest that you do it to the fish because I don't know if you've ever gone to an aquarium. And dude, it does not matter what type of fish it is. I don't care if it's a shark. If they can see it, they will chase it. Bro, I've taken laser pointers to SeaWorld and bro, it's on a different level of crazy the mayhem you can create with a laser pointer and fish. It's,
Tim
Right.
wants to buy one for his cat to chase.
yeah, well,
Yeah, but
fish are so dumb they don't understand that the clicking and it's you. They just see the green dot and it's on like Donkey
Yeah.
Kong.
But just so you're aware, don't use that one that Dan's got there because that's a proper laser pointer.
That'll
You
burn
know.
him in half. Yeah.
Fucking cook
Yeah.
the fish. And
Just get the cheapy ones from the pound shop that just do a little red light or a little green light.
Oh, I did cook the sensor on my
Actually,
camera with this
come
one,
think of
didn't
it, I did have one of them at one time. It's probably still somewhere around.
Donald
I've-
said that. Dan also suggests pointing lasers at your camera.
Yeah, there was a guy that did it on YouTube. He pointed it into his camera. Suddenly, the sensor started smoking.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's what
probably
Dan
down.
did.
Hell?
That's what I did. That's
That
what I
was
did.
Dan.
That was totally
It probably down short, weren't it?
Bro, I had like a bunch of little orange dots in the camera after that. I had to like hold my head off to the side because I centered it right in the middle. Yeah, it was bad.
But this
Anyway.
guy, he actually fried it. He could see the smoke coming out of it.
Oh man, we can try that right now. I'm about to replace the front face on this one. Let's see
Oh,
if I
for
have
fuck's
battery.
sake, here we go.
I'll hold
Hey.
off, man. I just got the
No, come
PC
He's
up
on.
and
like,
working.
he's like,
I'll
let me
look
hit the
away.
battery. He said, let me hit the battery with the taser and we'll test it.
How crazy is this?
Yeah.
I've just got a 1 to 4S LiPo charger. Right, that's it.
Okay.
Look at the size of the power block.
Yeah, I've got one like that. It's travel ready. It's travel companion. But yeah, that is a large power
Unfortunately,
block.
It does have a slider on the input and the output, so you can
Shoot, I get
use
told that all the time.
USB-C as well.
Yeah. I prefer these ones, the IMAX B6s, because they're easy to control cell regulation with properly. I've been using these for years, these IMX6 B6s. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And they're cheap. They're super cheap, but these ones actually have low power
Oh
consumption.
yeah,
so I
they're on eBay for about 30 quid.
$30, right? So I
Yeah.
can plug this into my car and charge multiple packs just using a what do they call this little power inverter? 100-watt power inverter with this, and I can charge up to 4S,
yeah.
6S batteries. I can charge about 12 to 13 batteries before my vehicle gets low using one of these. So they have low power consumption ratio and they have temperature sensor burnout. So if it triggers the car or it detects it has too low of a voltage to start the car, it'll shut off so that you can still crank the car up.
Oh,
There's reasons why I have, this depends on the hobby stuff you're looking for, but the B6 has always been the best charger to me.
What's up, Michael?
They thought it was a good thought process they had behind it when they made it.
Well, I'm
Oh.
just waiting for 3 4S 6000 batteries to arrive.
Wow. 6,000.
That cost me £103.
Bro, what are you doing with 6,000 mAh?
Running an F500.
He found an old DJI F500.
Oh, yeah, the 500 frames. I remember those. There was the popular one was the 540, I want to say. But yeah, I remember the 500
The
frame
500's
series.
a hexacopter.
Right. So was the 540. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember
But
when
they
DJI dropped those.
They did the 400 as well, or 450. Well, that was only 4 props.
Right. Yeah, that's the first video that everybody ever saw of a drone up in the clouds was actually
right.
a 450. Yeah, somebody sent it and they ended up crashing. They say at the end of the video it crashed. They didn't have battery power to come back down, but yeah. It's it was still neat. That was the first time I saw somebody go above the cloud line. I was like, "Holy crap, this is crazy."
Oh, by the
It's
way, Jody,
big.
yes, it's a pretty good business on eBay, man. People are buying old laptops and keyboards and ripping the keys off, selling them for $3-5 a key with all the switches and everything. It's not a bad little racket if you got it.
So actually, Justin, what I've gotten into now is just purchasing all the old game laptops that are burned out on Facebook Marketplace for $20 and $30, and I'm just replacing the innards and then selling them.
Oh, well, not.
There was a guy that did a YouTube video, all the old laptops that are completely kaput. He was showing you how to make, the light boards for drawing artists, how to make screens out using the screen to make them, and all the cameras. He kept them, and then he wired them all up and made a massive CCTV system for the whole house that no one could see.
Yeah, because cameras are too tiny. That makes a lot of sense. So, Paul, you asked if I was going to that drone meet. I went the year number 1 and 2. Each year that I went, I dressed up. The first year I was the king of controversy. The second year I went, I was the YouTube community violator. The third year I went, I didn't actually go. I told everybody I was going just to mess with their head, and then I ended up flying to Michigan to have the drone meet with Michael, because the first year Michael came down to fly with me, so I went to Mike Night Train. I flew all the way to Michigan at Night Train. I stayed with him for a week during the drone meet, and I went as the Hash Bash brother that year. So I went as the drone Hash Bash bro, and then this year I don't think I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Right,
I've got a
Justin?
question. Right, a serious
I'm
question.
not going.
I've not heard anything about this drone meetup. When is it and where?
Saturday.
So,
It's Saturday.
he's being a
And
smart
where?
ass. Don't listen to him.
He's being British.
Wasn't it South Georgia? Something like that?
Yeah, South Georgia, South Utah, I think. I think it was, in Mormon country.
I thought it was in Canada.
They're going to host it somewhere where there's no electricity to plug in at. That's somebody thought that through pretty well.
Australia, then.
There you go.
Tim's land.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, how many drones did they actually physically lose flying those things there?
So normally every year they lose 3 to 6. And that's just because there's no regulating of anybody. It's just a free for all.
The free for all. Yep.
The analog pilots don't like the biggest issue I have, and don't get me wrong, dude, I have nothing against the GPS guys. I really don't. Okay. I'm just gonna throw this on the board though. They don't have consideration for the FPV guys because they don't know better. So what ends up happening is you get all these FPV guys out there. You've got analog, you've got digital, you've got, I can't even think of what the other one is. That's also digital. But the problem is all those intersecting airways create issues for visuals. And so they'll take off right next to you while you're in your goggles because they don't know it's going to interfere with your goggles. And so they'll be like, oh, put up my Inspire. And they take off, and all of a sudden the pilot that's got the goggles on has nothing but black screen. Down goes the drone, and they're like, what happened? It's like, I don't know, 40 other pilots put up that didn't communicate with each other first. So it's like, it's not an ideal scenario. There's not enough control. Back in the day, Paul, you might remember this. Back in the day, they had a tag chain. It was like a dog tag chain for pilots, and they would each pull a number, and they would hang it over their little bar so that everybody knew, stay off that signal. This guy's on that signal. This guy's on that signal. This guy's on that signal. And then there was no interference between anything, right?
Yeah.
But there's no regulating that here.
In the real old days, you used to have a coloured ribbon
Right.
tied to your aerial on your remote controls so they knew what crystals you were using.
Yes, so everybody knew the crystals. Yes, that's old school there. That's pretty that's definitely pretty old
What
school.
Dan's talking about is just a newer version of that, pretty much.
But like I said, there's no regulating it. Like they should have time slots. Okay, the GPS guys, this is your time. Okay, the FPV guys that are digital, this is your time. Analog guys, your time. But no, because everybody's just like, oh, let me see it fly. Okay, yeah.
Like last year when Max put his fixed wing up and had about 20 Avatars chasing it.
Yeah, oh my God, bro.
He did that on purpose, though.
Yeah, that's if you sign yourself up for FAFO, though. Like if you are walking into it knowing you're playing fuck around and find out, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just out there trying to enjoy yourself and have fun, and it's your only bird you have, and you're just playing around, somebody else plugs in on you, that's not a fun scenario to go through. You know,
No.
I've had that happen. Just, dude, I went long range with my buddy once, and I fly strictly home built, so all my stuff is analog, right? And my digital friend always forgets that he's pushing like 1 watt out of his system, and so when he plugs in, I'll be like half a mile out, dude, going to chase a water tower, and I'll be, you know, coming up on the water tower, and all of a sudden he'll plug in, and it's
you
like
lose it.
black screen of death all of a sudden, and all I can think to do is just power punch it so I know I'm going straight up because that's the last known direction I was giving it, and hopefully the visuals come back by the time I've screamed at my friend, hey bro, unplug, what are you doing? I'm long range. Oh my God, bro, I'm freaking out now. You know, oh sorry, you know, and then you're like, you realize you're 400 feet above the water tower, and you're like, oh my God.
Oh shit.
Okay.
You passed the water tower by a mile.
It don't take an FPV drone very long to go 400 feet.
You know, yeah, just a throttle blip, dude, and you're there. It's like, you know,
Justin, your volume has gone down again.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's something like that happened to me that day. I was out a mile over water with the train coming by. I must have picked up some signal, and my screen just completely froze. And the only thing it saved me was I said, I know I'm coming back to me. It was the Mavic 3. So I know I'm coming back to me. And I looked down at the telemetry, and the telemetry was moving.
yeah.
So I knew I said, well, I'm not worried about what I'm looking at. I'm not going to run into anything at 150 feet.
Right.
You know, so just keep coming back. And 56 seconds before I got a picture back.
It's gotten to a point where, I've been putting this off because I don't want to, but I think at this point I'm gonna put a micro GPS unit on mine just for rescue reasons, because I keep having digital, like digital has taken over. I'm a huge fan of analog, right? I always have been. It's what I started on. I've tried digital. It's okay. I don't see the cost being effective enough for me to want to make the transfer. They have really good analog cameras now. If you guys aren't aware, like very good, right? And
Yeah.
signal has gotten so much better that it's pointless. I can buy a $20 analog camera versus a $130, whatever digital rig that you have to now is part of the flight controller. And it's not in the field with an analog. I can literally just unsolder 3 wires, pull out 2 screws, my camera comes off, I pop a new one on, I put the screws in, I just solder on the pad real quick, throw the lid back on, and I'm back at it. Right? You can't do that with any digital DJI system of any kind. Right? It just doesn't work that way. So why would I want to make my time in the hobby more difficult, more expensive, just to get a little better visuals? It literally doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
it's just me, you know,
I actually keep an air tag in my drone case.
in case you lose it.
Freaking Jody. He said,
What's
"Oh,
it?
come on, Dan,
Well,
get with the
not so
program."
much that. I mean, it's all right being in the case all the time so that you know where the case is, but you can also Velcro it onto the drone when you're flying.
Something
This is
about
gonna
giving
be
the
fun.
analog to Goodwill.
This is going to be fun. Jody, I fly fast enough where it affects whether I see latency. A lot of pilots do not fly fast enough for latency to affect them. I fly fast enough where latency affects me. So if I'm not running analog, I see late movements on the sticks through digital. Whenever I fly my digital rigs, my friends' digital rigs, I always notice the latency lag. I will get very close to a tree long range. And the problem with digital is what? The transfer rate is slower than analog. Analog is almost instantaneous. What you see is what you get. Whereas digital, there's always that latency lag. And depending on how the pilot flies will determine whether you're going to see that latency or not. Right? So you ask yourself, why do the Rotor Riot guys and the best pilots in the world, why do they all fly analog? Well, that's an easy answer, because there's almost zero latency. Right? They fly fast enough that they fly within the tolerances of latency. And if you can do that, then you cannot run digital.
Said donate it to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, can you imagine trying to fly one of those drones, 100-mile-an-hour drones on digital?
Yeah, but I've done it, and that's the thing, is you notice the latency. Once you get past around 75 to 80 miles an hour, you start seeing the latency problems.
Yep.
Right? The transfer rate just can't keep up with the pilot's skill set. And at that point, you have no choice but to go back to analog.
Just answered that question for you, Cool Cat. He said, I miss UHF radios.
Yeah. Justin's been playing with his knob again.
Justin's always playing with his knob.
Oh.
Look at, he even like got
God
it
damn
so
it.
that, look at, see
There
how
we
his
go.
microphone lights up? He knows that when he shuts off the light, it's projecting light right into his lap, so he can see his knob at constant, even in the dark. He's like, "Oh, look, a glow stick," and he giggles it and wiggles it. You know?
Wiggles and wiggles, that's him.
Yeah.
You talking about his Vienna sausage?
Yeah. Or their lack of. Oh wait, sorry, that's Tim. Tim's not here to defend himself, so I won't go too hard. But
I should have heard Lloyd yesterday morning getting on Tim. He wasn't even here. I told Tim, I said, "Hey, Lloyd wanted me to let you know that your head's usually in your ass." He goes, "Oh, really?"
Lloyd is going to this South Florida drone meet this time. This
Yeah.
is going to be interesting.
Yeah, he's flying today.
Yeah.
Look, if there's one person I would like to see go, is Lloyd, because he hasn't gotten to get out of the house and do anything in a long time.
He's in the air already. Because he
Well,
was
I feel
leaving
for
like
him.
5:30 this morning.
I mean, I
Alright.
feel for Lloyd. He need to get out and get some vacation time, whether it be a drone meetup or whatever.
I'll be right back. I got to use the restroom here.
Mhm.
Mute. That works.
Yeah, muted, please.
All that talking about Justin's knob.
We're gonna hear him in a toilet. I would have been here on time, but I didn't wake up till 8:15, and then it took me 10 minutes to get the stupid connector.
Cool Cat, don't you start your shit. What's up, Cool?
I actually woke up
Hey,
I woke
Corey.
up about 4 times during the night. And I woke up at 7 this morning and said I'm gonna get up at 7:30. And it was kind of cool, so I hollered at Alexa to do the heat. And the heat came on and I went back to sleep. Because it was 40 degrees this morning. Gonna be 85 this afternoon.
Oh, wow.
40 degrees this morning.
Well, I
Yeah.
woke up and asked Alexa what time it was, and she didn't answer. So I asked again, and she didn't answer. So I tried to turn the light on above the bed, and it didn't come on. And I thought, "Oh, you bastard! Fucking electric's run out."
Well, my son in Alaska is having a warm front today. It's gonna be 19 degrees.
19 degrees, and that's a
It
warm.
was it's gonna be the warmest he's been since he's been there. Because it's been averaging 0 to 8.
Mm,
So it's gonna go to 19
annoying.
degrees today.
And
I
that's
put some-
Fahrenheit.
I put another £100 on it on my phone, and then I had to go downstairs and switch the bloody meter back on. So I was up early today. It was only 10 o'clock.
Exactly, Cool Cat. That's what I'm saying. He definitely needed to get out of the house. Poor dude's been, doing
God,
that
you
for
still
years.
talking about Lloyd? I was gone for like
Huh.
2 minutes.
I was answering Cool Cat. He just put something in the dirt.
I know he's a good looking guy and he's running for president, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Should have got my vote. At least he remembers things.
Sometimes.
I feel bad for him when he's doing his damn live streams. He always has something that breaks on him, his internet or his fucking
Yeah.
electrical go out. Every fucking live stream, it's something else.
Mm.
And old Joe's gonna be his vice president, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
Mhm.
he's
What?
taking his dummy as vice president.
That's what I mean. Old Joe.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's the name of his dummy. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be better than the one we got.
he's building
keeping
his
himself
third
We
one.
busy.
already
now.
have a dummy as a vice president.
Exactly.
So
He did the second one, which he called Justin, didn't he? And he's doing a third one now that he's done all the printing of and everything.
I think he's got one that he named Tim
Looks
as well.
quite good.
yeah, he's got Tim and he's got Justin.
Yeah. But I'm obviously the better looking dummy.
He's getting ready to make us a little small one and call it art.
It says Tim dummy just looks like a homeless man.
Yeah, he's got one that's going to be like half the size of the others, and he's going to be art.
You
Oh,
don't
for
really
fuck's
need
sake.
to make it small.
God damn it.
It could be a full size art.
He told that to Art one night. He said, "I'm getting ready to make a new one. It's going to be half the size of this, and I'm going to call it art."
I must admit, Art does take the jokes about him quite well. It's a
Yeah,
pity his jokes that he tells aren't as good.
He tells jokes about himself that are even worse.
Who's
Mm.
calling somebody?
Hmm?
Who's
I don't hear
calling
anything.
somebody?
No, you know
That
Art,
must be
don't
you, bro, because I don't hear nothing.
I don't hear it.
Oh. Never mind. Somebody out there had it on speakerphone. Oh, he's calling the neighbor to see if they want to bring the dog out to play with the ball.
Oh,
outside.
there's Corey's house right now.
Oh,
Man.
my.
I had a little bit of water on my windshield this morning, Corey. Does that count?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I had to turn the windshield wipers on and everything.
that's pretty good snow on top of the car. That was probably about 4 inches.
Dude, it was windier and shit here at my house yesterday. Oh my God. Like I said, the whole back porch was covered in sand. I had to go out there this morning and sweep everything off.
Bro, you didn't even get the worst of it. We got it worse than you did.
We were getting 30, 40-mile-an-hour gusts yesterday.
We had that easy, bro. I took video footage of it. I didn't post it, but I got it. But the point is, like, I'm right off the bay, so it came right across, and then it started to dissipate by the time it hit land, which means by the time it made it to you, it was a little bitch storm, bro.
Oh, whatever. But the problem is like I said, for some reason our front yard, perfect grass. Backyard, nothing wants to grow and it's all sand. And so every time I walked out to the porch yesterday, I got fucking blasted in the face with sand. I was like, oh fuck. And I went out there this morning and the whole porch was just fucking covered in an inch of sand. I was like,
God.
holy shit.
Did you
Don
see
didn't
that
even-
message I sent you this morning, Justin?
You know, for a professional photographer, he's really blown out.
Yeah, that's because I'm not shooting myself. And
Hold on.
here's the thing, Justin. Sometimes
Yeah.
for stylistic choice, it's perfectly acceptable to blow somebody out.
Right. I knew you were
Justin,
gonna say
did
that.
you see the message
And I
sent
left
you
my
this
coffee
morning?
somewhere. I gotta go. I gotta go find my coffee. It's
I'm
set
at a
somewhere in
few
the
words.
house.
Let's see here.
So did y'all
Oh.
hear about that
That's what
Southwest
she
Airlines?
thinks it is.
About the what, Sasquatch?
The
Airline?
Southwest Airline yesterday?
Oh, Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest was flying from New Orleans
Put
to
it-
to
Put them all in.
Orlando,
And
and
have
it
you
was
seen
at it
they
was
sell
at
for about $10,
37,000.
$11 each?
What?
It was at 37,000 feet and was going right through that storm, right? And all of a sudden dropped from 37,000 to 22,000.
That
They
was
said it was like a free fall.
That's it. That's unsafe. I demand that they have remote ID installed so all drone
Yep.
pilots can see when this
But wait,
activity
yeah.
happens.
They said the people that weren't strapped in were hitting the ceiling of the plane. One stewardess hit her head and split her head open. One stewardess flew across the thing and broke her hip.
Yeah, Mark, that was the one that I was thinking of that we thought it was last time. It was something sea
Yeah.
onion. Yeah, the false sea onion. Yeah.
Mm.
That looks just
Yes.
like it.
You see how much Don
You
cares
seen how
about it,
much
though?
they sell for?
Yeah.
$10, $11 each.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna start contacting the FAA every time a manned aircraft has an issue and start bitching about us not being able to monitor their airspace at constant.
It was not a Boeing and the door did not fly off.
Hey, Justin,
know
how's
that.
that?
Hey,
Was it a
Don.
little? Was it a little tube falling off the International Space Station?
I had my C stand over here and a piece of cardboard, so just threw me up a flag.
It's a professional piece of cardboard right there.
Huh?
It works.
Doesn't matter, man. Aluminum foil.
Oh, Johnny liked your video, by the way, Joe.
What's your
Oh,
video?
you guys are killing
Or
me.
your
The one
when
in
you
the
dressed up,
skirt?
yeah.
Oh,
When you dressed up
you sent it to
yesterday.
Johnny?
Oh, I had to. So that way when he sees you in person, he give you shit about it.
Well, tell
will.
him you posted it as a short.
No, I didn't post it.
I'm
I
not.
was like, Johnny, I'll have a kick out of this.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna love it. He's gonna say that's why he didn't go to the South Florida meetup.
He messaged me back. He was like, "Oh Lord."
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him yet. I will.
Don, you're not going to the meet?
No.
Come on, don't you want to go hang out with a bunch of old crabby people that are all safety?
He's
Yeah.
He's going to see the what's it? Totality.
Yeah, he'd rather go see the clips.
Yep. There'll be another drone meet next year.
I'd rather do anything else too.
In the year.
Taxes, that's good. I could do taxes while they do the drone.
Getting in the.
I already did those.
Besides, I need to go get my superpower.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to stare
There he is
directly at it.
Yeah, if you're in the totality, and for that one moment of totality, like 2 minutes, if you stare directly at the sun, you get a superpower. I think that's how it works.
do we get to choose?
No, and I'm hoping, like I said the other day, I hope if I get a superpower, it's going to be something small. People always get in trouble when they get the big superpowers like flying. Oh, suddenly you can't control it and you're flying up into FAA space and you get fined. Okay, so invisibility. Invisibility sounds great, but guess what? You can't see because light hits your retina, and if your retina is invisible, the light passes through it, you're suddenly blind. So invisibility becomes blindness.
I was thinking more along the lines of stretching any body parts.
What body part would you
Something
stretch?
Yeah,
I
what
All
was
of
it,
them?
Elastic Man, or some whatever he was called?
I stretch a particular body part every day, and it works for a little bit.
Well, stop picking your
Didn't
nose.
take long. Did not take long.
I can see Donald coming back. Well, I burnt my retinas, but I can smell better.
Yeah,
Increase
he's not
my
the body
other
part
senses.
everyone else is thinking. He's on about his nose. Picked it quite often.
That is funny because I just opened up today's scripture and it says, "Please pay no attention, my Lord, to that wicked man."
Oh, geez. Mark, you've become like the new Dom. You've macrameed your ass into that chair, bro.
No, I only go on Paul and David and Laura and Justin. I don't go on anybody else's streams.
That's true. But
Dominic's
Dom's not
everywhere.
here, so like you're taking the
Dominic
place
goes.
of Dom.
Well,
Like I
Dom's
said
not awake yet.
Like I said, Dominic's like an aggressive,
Oh no, he'd be
case of
asleep now.
herpes you
Only
can't get
'cause
rid of.
it's
Would
Would you
sort of
have it
like
any
Dom
other
right
way?
now. Wake up,
midnight
Dom,
for
right
Dominic now.
Somebody call him. What you sleeping for, bro? Sleep is for
I
the
should.
weak.
Oh, I should message Matt and see if his drunk ass is up.
I
He's
talked to
usually
Matt
drinking around this time.
yesterday. I talked to Matt.
He's usually drinking around this time.
Justin, are you
Yeah.
going live later?
No, it's only
No.
Thursday night.
No, after Paul.
No.
What
David,
is
you
it?
are, aren't you?
Past
Yeah, but I might not do a
10
Euro
past
truck, so I might just do an open
3,
chat.
so,
There you go.
yeah, it's either 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning for Dominic now.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in an open chat.
Yes.
Well, tonight's going to be interesting because Ray Kelly is switching his show to Thursday night at 7 Eastern.
Gee, I
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
he
7
was-
Eastern. He'll be okay. It's 7
He
Eastern.
went from Monday
because he'll be
to
on
every other Wednesday, and now he's changing it
Yeah.
to Thursday.
But he'll be on an hour before Ken, an hour before Tammy.
He's going on at the time that Gary used to go on,
What?
the hour before the
Morning,
hour.
Dan. How did you get on here?
I think he's going in between Gary's.
Well, it's only midnight there.
I like watching shows where I get good information from them, but most of the time, like, this is just pointless. Why am I here? But this one, see, I enjoy this. This is open discussion. We normally talk about a lot of stuff, but yeah, some of those shows just.
Should have been here yesterday. We were talking about the Inspire 1 with Paul flying.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. Well,
Nice little
that's,
pucker
yeah.
factor going on.
Hey,
What
yesterday.
you've done. Now that you've done, Dan, your snoring's walking Dre up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bears
So,
come out of
Dre-
hibernation, huh? Let's go.
Andre.
So are we
Morning,
taking
Dre.
bets? Are we taking
Morning.
bets on when Paul loses his next one?
No.
No bets? No bets on the table?
Well,
Well, Mark
start
told
off-
him the other-
We finally got him using the Air 2S with the proper controller.
Justin is taking bets on when the next incident's going to be.
Well, I mean, Dre's been helping him, so it'd be no time at all.
Yeah, he flew his Inspire over the school yesterday.
Well, look at his face.
Look
He ain't
at Dre's
impressed at all.
face.
Well, Mark told him the other day, he said, when you bought the new Air 2S, don't bother unfolding it, just go walk over and throw it in the water.
Kick your little ass.
He said, that'll save you trouble.
Why do you
Go
think
throw
Matt's
it in.
afraid to? Why do you think Matt's afraid to come over here? He said he ain't going nowhere near California.
Dre, have you picked out the new company you're going to be flying with soon?
Dre,
You have you picked the new drone company you're going to be going with here pretty soon?
No, not yet. I'll find out when I go to the AUS, whatever this thing in San Diego,
Yeah.
and try to, beg some of the
Fight for the rights.
people there.
So do you think
Yeah.
that's coming or what? I didn't.
Well-
that's-
Here's the worst part about it, Dre. Before you start, here's the worst part about it. If Trump gets elected, everything Chinese
I know.
is pretty much going to be toasted at that point.
Yeah.
So if you thought there was going to be a happy, joyful occasion if Trump gets reelected, if you're a hobbyist, most likely that is not going to work out in your favor.
I would have to
Mhm.
say is, and I
Oh.
could be wrong, but it seems like the whole Chinese thing is kind of being bipartisan at the moment. Seems like both sides are kind
But
of.
he's also not president right now.
So I don't know. But didn't Biden say he was going to sign the bill if it came across his desk?
But
If
that's
he
only
wants
when
the whole
Biden's
world's
president.
opinion, he should never have been president in the first place.
Well, that's history in the
Okay,
book.
enough with
Yeah.
the presidents. I want to hear Dre's take on the whole bill though itself.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said on my show, it's this bill in its current form may not make it, but doesn't mean there'll be another bill coming down the road that might make it. Like Dan
Right.
said, all depends who may be in the White House who wants to push this to the finish line, and if the House flips seats as they always try to anticipate, if you got the majorities on your side, it's a slam dunk deal.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And that's what people don't understand. I said, when you're talking about politics, it's a numbers game.
Who
It's
turned my
not
background off?
actually a policy game. It's all about numbers. If the president wants something and he has the numbers in the House and the Senate, it's a slam dunk deal.
Well, the next thing you know, he'll be closing all the Chinese restaurants
Well,
and
I mean,
closing all the railway lines.
Trump feels very
They
personal
were all
about
built by Chinese.
Trump feels very personal about how China treated him and the decisions they made. So he seems like somebody who just holds a grudge constant,
Yeah.
and
How you say, he's very petty about stuff like that.
he is extremely petty.
And stuff.
So
But like I
Got a
said,
hotel in
it's,
Hong Kong.
and like I said, people have been talking about, well, if it's made in Malaysia, I said, you know what? If the parts come out of China,
Yep, done.
it's going to be on the list.
Correct. That's what I was
That's
saying
it.
about the hobby. If that goes through, it's not just going to affect the GPS, the commercial side of it. It's going to affect the hobby side of it all the way
Yeah,
around.
well, the hobby side's already being affected by the lack of U.S. manufacturers
Electronic,
right
yeah.
now.
Yep, the
And that's why I
electronics.
even tried to tell the guys on the FPV side. I said, dude, where do you think your parts come from?
Well, I mean, he could really screw everything up totally if he just bans all Chinese-made imports.
But that's
But
what
that's
we're
what we're
talking
just
about.
talking
That's
about.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
we're
much
talking
And you've got
what he
fridges,
wants to do.
car electronics,
He wants U.S. manufacturing to
vacuum
take place
cleaners,
here. That
washing
means cutting
machines,
off all ties with the
literally
other countries.
everything.
Well,
Pretty
see,
much
like a
you
lot of
can
people
cook
don't
anything
know
in
that
your
China
house and
already.
it'll have something in it that was made in China.
Almost everything.
Well, a lot of people here in the U.S. don't understand how China already limits stuff that's made here in America. We
Right.
look at the way they limit their internet access in China, how they limit Google, how they limit Windows and Macs and everything else. Those people is such a stripped down version. Those people can't even research hardly anything about other countries.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The infrastructure of the United States at one point was determined that we are not going to be a large scale manufacturer of anything other than vehicles. We were the auto industry, is what basically the US became, was the auto industry,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
so when that happened, there was no reason for all this other manufacturing. They decided that we'll give it to this country, this
Right.
country can do this, that. So we decided a long time ago this was something that we were going to deal with.
Right.
know?
That's what people don't understand. I said we made these decisions 60, 70 years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
Like I say,
but
when
they've-
steel production started going down, other production started going down, and we started shipping this stuff, outsourcing that
But
overseas.
they've even screwed
Because
that up
labor
now,
costs
haven't they?
got
Because nearly all the electronics in cars are made in China.
Right.
That's because
Or
brown
Mexico.
people work cheaper overseas, and we can use slave
Oh,
labor.
for fuck's sake.
It is.
I mean-
Chinese labor is slave labor.
Autel
We
is one
offset
of
that.
the biggest auto
Well,
electronic
Don, that's across the planet. I mean,
manufacturers.
Yeah.
You talk about labor in Mexico, Central America, labor in the Philippines, Vietnam.
Cobalt mines.
You can Africa. You can pick the
Yeah,
the continent
we
or the
we
nation.
outsourced all that to these very authoritarian regimes that treat their people horribly because we wanted cheap products.
Cheap products, right?
Right.
We want a replaceable product. We don't want to fix things. We don't want to repair things. We don't throw things away and buy brand new because they're so cheap.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at TVs these days. You know,
It's a
50
lot.
inch.
It makes a lot more money to sell a new one than to get one that lasts forever and that you can repair yourself.
Like, look what a 50-inch TV would have cost you 25 years ago to compare
Oh
to now.
yeah.
Now
Oh,
you can
boy.
find 50-inch TVs all day long for like $200. Like,
Well, like what
nothing.
Dan was saying at first
My
about the auto
first
industry.
50-inch TV cost me 1,100 quid.
But luckily, we now have 3D printers, so we can manufacture our own cheap, worthless crap to throw into the landfills.
Yeah, where's the plastic coming from? Where's the filament coming from?
Mm-hmm. Like I say, Don, you're a big cinema buff, so I'm sure you watched the movie Tucker, right?
Yes.
What's the most famous line in that movie?
I don't remember. I've only seen it once.
One day we'll be buying our cars from our enemies.
Mhm.
He said this in the 40s. And
Yep.
what are the most popular cars in America?
Yep.
German
No, Japanese.
No.
and Japanese.
Mhm.
Well,
There you go, it's
Japanese, I
definitely
think,
Japanese.
I think they're the number one auto exporter in the world
Definitely
now.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Mm.
Japanese.
Mhm.
He, like I say, he made this statement 60, 70 years ago about the auto industry,
Mhm.
you know? And like I say, that, you know, that movie dramatizes that. And that was the most, you know, I would say thought-provoking line in the whole movie when he said that in front of the, before the court and says, if we do not, you know, innovate now, in the future, we'll be buying our cars from our
Mhm.
enemies.
Well, we did it. Well, that was the
Right.
whole Enzo
Well,
Ford Ferrari.
I'm going
fiasco, I
to.
guess.
I'm
And
going
if you look
to.
at all the Chinese cars, they're all copies of somebody else's.
Right. Let me just interrupt you all here, because
Okay, everybody.
we
hold
had a
on.
debate a couple of weeks ago with Justin, and Justin got a bit hot-headed and left. Right. when you set up a company, you set up cell companies, right? And this is what you're going to find with China, because this already happens now, today, in America, in the UK, in Australia, in France. It already happens. A company will get a product and they will ship it to, say, France. France doesn't have a ban on China stuff. They process that product in a France warehouse, and then they'll ship it on to America. And as far as you guys are aware, it came from France. This happens every day. Happens with food, happens with products.
Of course.
Even today in our supermarkets, everybody thinks they're going into Aldi and buying British beef. No, you're buying New Zealand beef, France beef, German beef, American beef. It's all comes to the one warehouse where they process it, change the packaging, and ship it out.
No, it's just rebranded. It happens all the time.
That's why if you read the current CCP thing, that's why it goes into the details, not just brand names, but it talks about parts and suppliers. And that's why people are talking about, well, this new Spectra drone, oh, it's built in Malaysia. Well, where'd the parts come from?
Where'd they source
Yeah.
the parts, right?
Well,
Yeah, the language of the bill
Which
talks.
means when they say the same sentence, they say that the parent companies in Hong Kong. Last I heard,
Mhm.
Hong Kong was returned to Chinese.
And it also has in the bill the language affiliated companies, and that will be determined by our
Right.
lawmakers.
That's right. And that's what I'm saying. Even though you can stamp it made in Malaysia, Vietnam, France, whatever, they can put Dubai on there. And I say, where'd them parts come from? Well, it came out of mainland China. Guess what? It gets put on the list. You know, 'cause like they're saying, if they
But
go
by
to
the
the
time
FCC
parts
now,
are shipped,
you can't get around that. 'Cause the
yeah, but by the
FCC
time
carries
parts are
into it.
shipped, yeah, the parts will be made in China. They'll be shipped on to, say, Taiwan. They'll do a bit of messing around. Then they'll ship it on over to Singapore, do a bit of playing around. Off to India, they'll do a little playing around.
and then suddenly they'll turn up in a factory in the US who claim, no, we got them from Malaysia. Poof, bang,
David.
bang, they're all done.
David, nobody argues that point, but
It
I
will
have to. No one argues that point. No one's arguing against your point there. It's not in. It's not diametrically opposed to what we are saying.
Whoa.
And I have to say, I looked at the language of the bill the other day, and I have to say that Justin was right. And you're making me say it again, and it's pissing me off. The language of the bill gives them a wide range. If they determine that the company is affiliated with a Chinese company, they can put the hammer down on it.
And guess what? That's nothing.
It doesn't
against
matter
China.
where
No,
the
it's
company.
not against China.
But
It
that's
doesn't.
what-
It doesn't matter
China
where the
at
company.
all.
It doesn't matter where the company is based out of. If that company is affiliated and controlled, determined by the lawmakers. If
Do
they
you
say
think-
this,
Yeah, but do you think
could start.
this
You could
is
start a
about
company.
China?
You could start a
Well,
company. No,
the
it's about
trouble is,
control.
Dom-
And guess what? Now they can put the hammer down on anybody they say is affiliated.
This
Well,
bastard.
they've already got a
Trouble is,
list that
Dom,
they
that-
put companies on.
That
I mean-
bill
What's going to
was
happen to your
written-
mobile phones? Are they going to switch them off?
No,
This
that's
bad.
why
that
they're
bill
going
was
to
written
India.
by
Uh,
Americans.
If one thing
So the rest
is
of the
the
English
exact
speaking
opposite of
world
something-
won't
yeah.
understand it properly.
This bastard
They'll
just
be
used
something different.
diametrically opposed.
But
That
that's
is the
why.
I've never heard that before. You just introduced a whole new word to my dictionary, brother. Thank you.
But that's why they're
Wow.
moving a lot of the phone manufacturing and to India, and that's the whole hot debate over Taiwan is because Taiwan owns 51% of the chip manufacturing. They don't want China to take that.
But your
So that's-
Samsung, your iPhone, it's not done in India.
iPhone's already
It's put
moved most
together
of
in
their-
India, but the parts come from China.
No, what
You better
everybody
hope my
keeps saying.
superpower isn't increased
Everybody
intelligence.
keeps saying most of the chips come from China. They don't. They come from
It's not about
Taiwan.
the chip. Comes,
Yes, but-
you're talking about the
Mega mind.
circuit boards,
But a lot of
the chips,
yes,
your
a lot
screen,
of-
your battery.
yeah,
it's
but
all
that's the
China.
thing. Is 51% of all
Yeah.
chip and board manufacturing is Taiwan.
It's all
not
from
China.
Timu, isn't it, Dan?
Yes, and
That's what
And-
the hot debate over Taiwan is about. It's because
and this
of the
law, this law will allow manufacturers, if they decide that a company has too much ties with the CCP, they can put the hammer down on it.
And they've already got a list they've added companies to. I mean, they already got a blacklist that they've added companies to already. And they don't have to go through all the legislation to do that.
And
They can
yeah,
just
David,
Put them
you
on the
can-
list.
You can do shell companies and hide stuff and move stuff around, but it doesn't really matter. All it takes is for one politician to say, nah, I can trace this line, this line, this line. Therefore,
Yeah, but do you think the companies like Samsung, iPhone, and that are really going to give a shit about your lawmakers?
I mean, they will
Wow.
when we just go.
Um,
We're not going to take your
Well,
products here.
So
in
you're
our
not.
country.
So you're not
You're
going. You're no
absolutely
longer going
right.
to use an iPhone. You're no longer going to use your computers.
Well,
You're no
since
longer
most
going to
of
use your
those-
mobile phones.
Yeah, but most of those companies,
I
their
didn't say
biggest
those-
market is the United States.
That was
No,
going to
it's
say
not.
the issue here
David,
is that
no.
the market is the U.S. Like that's a huge
No, you
outsourcing
think-
for them.
In a general sense, in the mass, as an individual, yes, the US. But as for the company itself,
But
no.
David-
They got the rest of the world.
David, no, because if you look at your iPhone here, if you take the iPhone market and the number of people that have iPhones and compare them to the number of people who have drones or any other type of hobby that they want to come down on, they segment people out. So they're not going to use the large here. If they want to control people, they will go for the smaller subsections of things where they're not going against a mass of people. They wouldn't come down on iPhones because people would revolt. Because
It's
these
They
are
won't
our
come down
artificial
on
brains.
iPhones because
These-
most of the
these are
senators
they're
are
gonna
using
go after.
iPhones to look up why they should ban Chinese drones.
Well,
It
there's a-
will come down to, hey, you know what we can do? If you want to go ahead and continue shipping your parts, or you do,
There it
you know,
is.
we really need some money.
Right.
Well, and
Oh
that's
yeah, we know you're involved with the CCP, but you know what? A little tariff would go a long way to alleviating that, and I'd like for you to go ahead and ship your parts into my district, and maybe we'll warehouse them there for a modest amount of money. Employ a bunch of people in my district, and that's what it's going to be about.
well, and not to
Do you know what
mention
worries me about the CCP? Does everybody remember what Russia used to call the USSR? The Russian initials for it were CCCP.
But the thing is all those countries you're talking about, like Japan and stuff, that are making all these Samsungs and all that, and own all these companies. Guess what their reserve currency is to their country?
So
The U.S. dollar.
China is just
They
part of
can't
Russia.
afford to
For
go
now.
against that.
For now, there are stronger currencies out there.
For now, Argentina, isn't Argentina that's now on Bitcoin?
There was 3 different countries 2 years ago that tried to get off U.S. currency. They did it, and then their economy started tanking, and they went right back onto it because the alternative wasn't good enough.
You know, if they bribe the right people, then those politicians will be down with the CCP. Yeah, you know me. Get down with CCP. Yeah, you know me.
You see, you're talking about the US dollar at the moment, but the fastest growing currency is the euro. And
Yes,
a lot
but you
of
guys
companies
still
are now.
use
No, we don't use the euro. We use the pound.
right, but
Yeah?
the-
But the
Brexit.
euro, for most transactions now, is becoming more popular.
yeah, but the
It's
problem
quicker
with
to transfer into UK pounds and then transfer into US dollars and make a fucking shitload on it.
even though you have the European Union and them actually massing together would be the only way to rival the US economy, they never have actually. They're always have their own agendas, regardless if they call it a European Union.
Yeah, but it's
or not.
growing in size. The European Union is growing in size. Right?
Yeah, but
Wait till you see the likes of Turkey and that join. Right? Suddenly, the European Union market is going into the Middle East, and before you know it, the US dollar will be jack shit.
Turkey.
Like I said,
Once the European currency is in the Middle East, the Middle Eastern countries will start using it for their oil.
well, I mean, I would say the US economy at this point has gotten to what you would call too big to fail. If it failed, the entire world economy would collapse overnight. Plain and simple. You can't.
Once
wouldn't
we
fall-
get
I
the
don't think
Arctic
collapse.
and the Antarctic into the European Union,
well,
and
look
the
at the
penguins
difference.
start spending euros.
Yeah, but look at the difference between U.S. and China, right? The Chinese economy lost a couple $1 trillion in real estate. Hasn't really affected a U.S. citizen on a day-to-day basis, or even a European citizen. Or
Hasn't
somebody
even
in
affected a
Australia.
Chinese citizen either.
Oh yeah, it has. It's fucked their economy real bad. But when the U.S. economy crashed in 2008, it fucking filtered out all over the world to where everybody got affected by it.
That was such a weird failure, though. That only happened because everybody freaked out that we were going to have a black president. It was the strangest thing ever, man.
But
No,
like I
no.
said,
Wait until you've got a woman president.
there's a difference in how countries are affected by economies around the world.
Wait till
If
we
the-
have a left-handed Lebanese president.
Oh my god.
Why can't we just get it over with and just make Arnold Schwarzenegger president and see how the
We're
world
getting.
reacts?
I want our first AI president.
Because he was born in Germany, or Austria, I should say.
That's
Austria.
really
Mm.
where
To
we're,
be
really where we're
honest,
going. Let's just do an AI
Austria.
president. And
Poor guy couldn't even say the state that he lived in, the great state of California.
California.
Yeah,
You've
to
literally
be
got
honest,
an
he
AI
wasn't-
president anyway.
He wasn't even that good of a governor, so I don't
Loves
know.
the
if he'd be-
California.
Donald, you've got an AI
California.
president. He's called Biden.
Clint
That's
Eastwood
right.
for president.
Because
No.
everybody
You don't know-
taps into a computer and then he just says it. That's all it
You
is.
obviously don't know what I stands for in AI.
But it ain't intelligent.
Any intelligence in the White House would be an improvement over what we've always got,
Artificial
artificial or otherwise.
I think a new world order is going to happen. It's either that or we're all going to just be nuked.
Now the Martians are going to come.
Wow, we're really
Actually, what's
outside
Reagan's?
the
Tinfoil
box
hat.
here.
Tinfoil hat.
Well, technically, one of Reagan's speeches, he did say the only way the world would come together is if we were threatened by an outside force, which would be an alien invasion.
All right.
The Covenant.
It wouldn't happen.
And
Justin.
get on with it. Come on.
That
Break
wouldn't
this
happen.
alien invasion.
I'm getting ready to send my ET signals to space. Well, let's do this. We're gonna bounce ham radio signals till we get something. You know how many silly people actually sit there and try to do that, waste their
SETI
years of their
project?
life just sending off ham signals into space?
That's the SETI project.
Yeah, I
for the
used
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool.
used to-
It's cool when you bounce the signal off the moon and send it to another part of the world, but when you're
Yeah.
just sending signals out into space, it's like,
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Moon bounce, meteor,
Right.
scatter, and the satellites, the
Okay,
Russian
I'm ready.
RS satellites and the Oscars.
for those of you that understand ham and how it operates.
There we go.
Oh, I understand.
was ready.
Ham.
I'm ready.
I know you're certified. You're ham certified, aren't you?
Yeah, I with
Yeah.
brown
Yeah, he
sugar
smokes it
and
all the
cloves.
That's
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yes, totally, 100%. Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
So
want to
you-
clove it
Do
too
you have
close
your
together,
license,
but
Doc?
Yeah.
Dan, have
I
you
do
got
not.
a license?
I do not.
Brown sugar ham. What's that?
Have you got a license?
I am not, no. And I should be, honestly.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I fly a lot of radio gear
Mhm.
that requires ham radio understanding, which obviously I've done the research, but have not gone
Yeah.
and gotten licensed for it.
Mhm.
That being said, I don't think they're really cracking down on that with the hobby that we do, so I didn't see it was something that I really
Yeah,
needed to
I
They
thought
had a
about it
lot of
years and years
things
ago.
at one-
right.
They had a lot of things at one point where they were saying that to transmit on some of the frequencies that the drones use, you would need a ham license for.
Well, they used to want you to be licensed for the CB radio, but no one did it, and everybody just grabbed it and
Yeah,
started
we-
using it. So
If you're
Well,
thinking
I
about
started using CB when it was illegal here, and then got a license when it became legal, and then got off it as
It's-
quickly when
it
all
just-
the kids started coming on it and became a radio am back in 1982.
I think CB radios are ready for a comeback because the
I do too. They're
the
fun.
bands are completely empty now.
Empty. That's why analog is so good, because we got rid of all the analog TV
Right,
signal.
and I'm thinking, CB radios, that would be kind of wicked to start
Well-
a CB radio club.
Yes.
And to
yes.
get your ham radio license is actually easier now than it used to be because they don't require you do the Morse
Yeah, you
code.
don't have to do
There's-
Morse
The-
anymore.
I mean,
Yeah.
the only
there's a
reason
few
why
codes
though
you
is
don't have to.
because of the signal output. That's the only reason. Like, it's such a strong signal that you're
Mhm.
blasting as you
Oh, yeah.
go up in the stages. So
Yeah, bounce it off the ionosphere. That's
right.
that's a hard.
That's called
And
skip.
most people can't even collect the concept of how it works. That's what's
Yeah.
fun about it. Like, you could literally blast the moon and send a signal to China
Yeah,
on such a small band.
we used to have a guy down the street who
Mhm.
had a massive antenna in his backyard,
Did he?
and I always wanted to go in there and just see who he was talking to and where he was talking. That was when I was a kid, though. You couldn't go up and knock on somebody's door and say, I want,
Yeah.
show me, strange man.
But we yeah,
take
but we
me,
was
take me in your
kids.
back shed there with big antenna, and oh, okay, yeah, I'll take off my shirt for a picture.
Well, it's whoa, yeah, that's okay. Here's some here's some candy little
But
kids.
when we was kids, yeah, my dad used to talk to Americans on the CB all the time. He used to talk to truckers and all sorts.
When
So,
we were using
literally-
illegal AM and sideband.
Yeah, in
And
in
then
the 80s,
UK government decided that to legalise it, we would use FM, which no fucker else used.
exactly. But the CB is the Zoom of the 80s.
Yeah, that's about right. That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
It is, and then it was IRC. Well, on
I don't
computers,
think
the
that-
internet
Go ahead.
destroyed the need for those machines, and so those machines went away and died because now we have cell phones, we have internet, we're
that-
doing
that's-
this here with video. But
that's-
how cool is
yes.
it? I want to go retro, and I know my dad still has his CB gear downstairs in his basement. I'm thinking I need to put a CB in that friggin' dune buggy.
Don, that was the whole fun of it. Was signal bounce required math. You had to
Oh.
know when you were going to reach a specific turn of the Earth that your signal would cast just right to be able to reach this place on the planet for this duration of time.
See, you're talking
Actually,
ham.
the majority of cases, you just guess.
Yes.
I'm talking CBs just in your car.
No, I know. I'm just
talking
saying that,
local.
I'm talking the original. I'm trying to get back to the original ham thing, but
Yeah.
that was I think what made it the most interesting to me was your time slots and figuring out the math involved to actually cast signals like you want to. Because now we don't even think about that. We just
Which
pick up
of
the
the
phone and call
myriad
China.
of frequencies that you were entitled to use would
Now we're
give
just
you
looking at YouTube time slots.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because each one of the frequency range, each one of the bands you could use, did a different thing at different
Right.
times.
Mhm.
Yeah. Man, when the days were not so simple.
Yeah, because
but
you're
more
because
fun.
you're just refracting a signal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were just excited if you got anybody else on the other end from a cast that far. Just
Talk about magic.
oh man. Jeez.
And
Before my
then when it
time, and
got-
I still feel the love of it.
I mean, that was just on HF. Then you went on to VHF, then UHF, and then microwaves. I mean, we transmit on 12 gigahertz.
Wait, are you telling me every time I put some food in the microwave, I'm helping
You're
someone out?
communicating with aliens, bro.
Believe it or not, when we used to build our microwave transmitters, the things that we used as the aerials were called Solfan heads. And they were either off microwaves or alarm systems.
That dude's too dumb to understand what I posted. I'm not even gonna give him an answer. I love those people that are like, you put the laptop's like name in there, and all they have to do is literally just go look up the specs themselves, and they're like, "All right, well, I watched the video, but what about the
Hi,
specs?"
Dustin.
Google, my friend, Google. Just
Yeah, as
Oh,
long as you got the
Dusty.
model number and all that, it's, yeah, you
I
can look it up.
put in the service tag number so they can see everything
Oh,
they need to.
Dusty
They're just
and
too dumb
Dusty.
to figure it out, and I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it to them. You shouldn't be looking for a laptop. If you don't even know how to look for specs, then this laptop certainly is
No,
not
I
for
would
you.
understand if you asked somebody, have you upgraded any of it from
That's
basic
different.
specs?
That's different. And I would tell
Right.
them few upgrades, but that would be in the description. Outside of that, I supplied service tag number if you want to see what the computer is about, right? But they're just not they're not.
Right.
This laptop's not for you, bro. If you don't if you're not really a gamer, you don't really understand good laptops. Just isn't for you. Just don't.
Get yourself a Chromebook.
Yeah, get yourself something that does nothing. There
Fucking
you go.
Chromebooks, goddamn pieces
Dude,
of
those are the
shit.
biggest joke ever, dude. I don't understand.
They're,
Like,
they're decent if you're in school, like if you got an
School.
elementary or middle
I'm
school.
not
because
sure
all
if you
the
guys have heard of
kids use
the
them, but-
the iPad, the iPad are
Yeah.
really good. There's a game I like to play Plants vs Zombies on the iPad.
I like the way he's saying
Like-
that.
is that like pad thai?
I can't even say it the way he said it.
Can you eat
The
that?
heck?
Is that pad thai?
iPad.
iPad. The
It's in your
iPad.
pad.
But yeah, Chromebooks are the silliest thing ever created. They're great for little kids, but they
What-
try to market them now towards adults, and it's like, for what? I have an Android phone. Fuck, I need a Chromebook for.
Well, and you
It's
know what's
ridiculous.
crazy about those is
A
you go to
cheap
Walmart.
Laptop that you don't mind getting stolen, that you can do work on the go. Check emails.
That's
That's a Dell.
Get a real
basic.
laptop.
Not even stop.
but
But
you get a
Chromebook,
bet-
no use.
but you get a better laptop, and you're not a Chromebook. You don't care if it gets stolen.
Oh, just
But
get a
the one thing
tablet,
about
man.
Chromebooks that I've noticed when you
Tablet.
go
I
to
love
Walmart
tablets.
is they'll
I'm
have
kinda
a
wanting to-
400. They'll have
I
a
need to get
400.
this screen replaced, but I really kind of want to get
And
like
Donald.
a iPad
That's
Mini.
right. Shut up, Justin. Nobody cares.
No,
Oh,
but
go
I'm
ahead,
saying-
Justin. Tell your little story. You've
When
said
I-
this a
No,
million
no,
times.
no.
We hear it.
I've gone to Walmart and looked at Chromebooks, and they'll have a $400 one and a $200 one, and the specs are identical. The only difference is the fucking screen size.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Really?
different.
Yeah. And Donald, right?
Shut up, Donald.
Your thing there about you don't mind if someone steals your Chromebook. Anyone that steals a Chromebook are the sort of people that Dan doesn't want to sell a laptop to. Because
That's
any
pretty
serious
accurate.
person would look at a Chromebook and bring it back. They go,
Right.
I found
but
this, mate.
They were just saying they didn't understand. Just like,
Yeah, I believe you lost this.
what's the point of a Chromebook? I'm like, that's the point of a Chromebook.
No,
Oh,
it's not
You can
mine.
take it. You can take it out, and actually, it's one that you can destroy too.
But like I said, you may as well just get a tablet. You'll have more stuff available to you on a tablet
Mhm.
than you will a Chromebook. Chromebook is like they're so
The
pointless. They're
operating
so
system,
pointless.
the operating system is just not even there. They're not even do anything
No,
with it.
you can't like almost do anything with it unless you
Well-
wipe it and put a custom, whatever you want on it, Linux based. But
The thing I hate most about a Chromebook, though, is whenever you want to refresh the screen, you got to hold it over your head upside down and shake it.
Well, the thing I find super hilarious is how Google Android
I'm
is
betting that
Google,
went way over the heads of half of the people that heard it.
I can't, bro.
but
Did you really just?
the funny thing I find is how Android is Google, but yet they can't make a decent fucking
I
phone.
found that the mouse controls were just a bit too chunky,
Oh,
and you couldn't get them to go in a straight diagonal line.
Thank you, Don. That one brought tears to my eyes, bro.
Yeah, there's loads of little elves and a giant elf making them Chromebooks in a little factory in the North Pole.
You better hope a better sense of humor is not my superpower that I get.
You're killing me today, dude. I was not ready for this morning. I haven't had
Radio-
enough coffee.
Radioactive humor.
I can't believe more people didn't find that joke funnier.
Like I
Thank
said,
you
I
for
find it funny.
I got
that-
it straight away.
Oh,
Yeah,
I find
It
it
just
funny
gets-
that Google owns one of the major operating systems for phones, and they can't make a decent fucking phone.
Justin doesn't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Justin's still on a serious rant.
still trying to be
Yeah.
serious.
Because I don't care. I'm talking about something else.
Listen to his aggressive typing now.
Do you want me to really set Justin off? Justin, you know you said about the work.
Dear editor, these people on this YouTube are not listening to me.
Justin doesn't even know what an etch a sketch
Dear
is.
Susan Wozniak, or Susan
Oh.
Wojcicki, or whatever her name
Oh,
is.
do you have an etch a sketch?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you want any sauce? Sauce.
It really was hard getting them diagonal lines though.
Yeah, you
Justin,
turn it, you
you're-
slide.
Oh,
Now, are you praying?
You went-
Don,
You
or
went
what?
up in steps rather than going in a straight line half the time.
Yeah, the amount of times I destroyed one of them, fucking getting stressed because I couldn't get the line going in the right direction. It's like,
So, Don, what was the answer? I saw you had your head tilted back and you were praying. What was the answer?
No, we got. I have no idea what the answer is. I heard a strange noise coming from the room upstairs.
42.
Got grandkids here today or this week, and there's some noise coming from upstairs.
Justin's
and I
looking
was
for his sanity.
and Dre's ripping somebody's head off right now. This is amazing. Watch
Mhm.
watch the body language going into this phone call, boy. He is
Come on, Dom.
If he-
You know the
I
I tell you what, if Dre could hear us, right? If Dre could hear what we're saying, I don't even know how he would be able to make a serious phone call.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, dude.
what's he saying?
I
Look
told
at
you to get
Litry.
those drains cleared, didn't
Look
I?
at that. Look at that mob sit back that just happened. He was like,
When I buy a real doll, I expect all the orifices to work.
you can tell Dre has a very commanding sense about himself. Like Dre's somebody when he enters the room, boy, it's kind of like, shh, shh.
Now, look, we need to close on this deal. We really need to close on this deal. But if
Right.
you're telling me that the doll's toenails are made in China, we can't have it.
Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but he can hear us if he's got it on.
No, he's muted.
He's
his
not.
phone.
He's on the
He's
phone.
focused on the phone.
He's muted the microphone.
Yeah, but
No,
Well,
I
right,
guarantee
but
he's
turn his
muted
audio
his
off. He's
speaker.
focused
Yeah.
on the phone. He's not gonna be listening to our jabbering in the background while he's doing real work.
Yeah, plus
Yep.
he's not going to have the speakers playing with us saying
And-
shit like that on a phone call.
And he's not going to go back and rewatch this because nobody ever rewatches it.
Yeah, he'd have made a face on those last couple of comments.
There's so much accuracy behind that. When people do 3-hour live streams, like, I'm not rewatching all that, bro. You're crazy. Ugh, I just skip
And
ahead,
anyway,
like nothing interesting, nothing. Oh, what did it say about?
I
so-and-so?
do
Oh,
like,
that's
though,
weird. Okay.
if
Did you
there's a
not
live
hear me,
stream that I
Dom?
kind of want to watch, but some people I just don't have the time, so I will wait and I will watch it back at double speed.
Don, did you not hear me? Hey, there is
No,
only one.
if you wait until
there is only
their
one
show is about
answer.
half over, and you start up the
No.
show, you can watch a live stream double speed, and then you eventually catch up to a live feed towards the end of the stream, and you can say hi or bye to everybody. But if you time it right, you can watch a live stream in half the time.
Anyway,
That's
did you
what I
hear
do.
what I told you? There is only one answer.
Yeah, it's,
And you know
it's
what-
called
you know
Dan
what
is
that is.
Frozen.
Dan is deep in thought. Look at that face. Dan is contemplating his life choices that have led him to this point.
That's talented. Man. I'll talk
The,
to him.
o-
I'm gonna give
the
it a shot.
only answer
Wait,
is
what? How did I freeze?
42.
Hey, you froze for quite a while. Now you're
There.
gone.
There.
Now you're back.
I don't know what that was about then. It never showed me as frozen on my end. That was weird. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're frozen. You had this look on your face, just like, how did I get here? What am I doing?
Well, if you're looking at it on YouTube, it's about 15 seconds behind.
Dre's got a pimple. You saw that? He came in real close and showed it to us. Okay, Dre, you got pop that, bro.
He ain't
Nah,
listening
I
to none
don't-
of our bullshit.
I don't think Dre's got Dre don't have no pimple. Look at that skin.
Powders
Yeah,
that
he's,
head every
he's
morning.
well
Mag don't
dressed
crack.
and well buffed.
Oh, look at him. Okay,
What?
everybody, normal. Back to normal. Where are you going?
But
Oh, look, he had jeans on. Oh, what the fuck? So yeah,
Yeah.
something's definitely going on if he's not got
He's
dressed.
got to
pants
go
on.
pee now.
Yeah.
He's going
got
out on site if he's got jeans on.
yep, he might be on site today.
He's got his work jeans on. Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, not. I'm
Yeah,
used to seeing him
somebody's in trouble.
suits.
Yeah, someone's in trouble.
Problem is you can't participate on a stream at double speed. That would be
Have you tried?
that'd be a time saver.
I guess you can if you're in a country that's in the future.
In the future.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we're watching
yeah,
this
like-
5
like-
hours ahead of you.
Exactly. He's 5 hours ahead.
Yeah, but how would you carry on the conversation in the future if weren't sure what the hell the conversation was because it hasn't happened yet?
Ask Mark. He's the
Well,
one doing it.
even when we're on the screen watching it, we don't know what the hell the conversation is.
I got two words for you. I know exactly how he does it. There was a totality, and he stood in the middle of the totality and stared at the sun, and it gave him temporal telepathy.
Love it.
I like that one.
I love it. I love it.
Justin's sitting there going, "What the hell are you guys talking about?"
If I had temporal telepathy, I would have won the
Hold
lottery
up.
by now.
Do like
Hold
40-year-old virgin. Using
Hold
a lot
on.
of big words, and I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Wait, we got to get through that again. Mark, say that again until we get it down. Temporal what?
That's it. If I'd have won temporal telepathy,
Oh,
I
One more
would have-
time. We're gonna get through this.
temporal telepathy,
Okay,
I
there.
would have won the lottery by now.
Okay, temporal telepathy. You would have done what by now?
I can't remember now. It was in the past.
That's such a good argument to have.
But Dan's going to remember it a couple seconds from now and say it, so you can go ahead
Yeah.
and tell us what he's going to say.
welcome back, Dre.
Thank you.
42.
Did you close the deal on the doll?
That was the number in my head.
Dre,
What was
It's
that
the
you
answer
said,
to
David?
life, universe, and
did you close the
everything.
deal on the doll?
No. That was a buddy of mine from another city.
Yeah.
called
So
me.
you didn't close the deal because the toenails were made in China.
Right.
We figured you were having a conversation about the real doll that you ordered.
Oh, okay. No, not exactly.
Dre, that was. I'm
But
gonna be honest with
it
you.
was concerning several millions of dollars. So
I was. That's why I saw a lot of body movements and a lot of.
Also, 70 million Chromebooks.
Well, Dre, there's a conversation that some people said when you stood up, you got blue jeans on. Do you?
Yeah.
Are you going on job site today?
You're at the job site.
No, I wear jeans every day because I never know if I have to go out there. In case of emergency, I gotta get on a piece of equipment. Rear loader, front loader, guy driving truck, whatever. Like I said, you guys see this the shirt and tie part. And today I didn't even wear a shirt because I was in a rush coming from the gym, and this collar is real thin. I couldn't feed the tie through. So
saw that big bulk neck you got there, bro.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you guys know
in a
this.
rush today.
Dre is strong as an ox, boy. I don't know if you've seen any of his lifting videos, but Dre used to put up some serious
I'm pretty
weight.
sure those were 3D printed with zero
He
infill.
was he was the Ronnie Coleman of his day, bro. All right, this dude used to put up some weight. I actually have. Actually, Dre, what was your best? 350?
No, 405.
Wow, that's putting in some serious weight, man. How long ago did you do 405?
December.
Wow, God, man.
Every year on my birthday, I do a max test on my birthday, and I've been doing 405 for the last 3 years.
That's
so
incredible, man.
Starting at age 59 through 62, I've been at 405.
That is insane, bro. You're keeping that muscle structure still.
Yeah.
Was
Boss,
Dre not telling you?
I'm going to apologise for doing this to you.
Hey,
But when
David,
you
what?
sat down then in the back garden, with the way you had that hat on and that jumper, the song Flying Through the Air came into my head. You know, the snowman.
Oh, yeah.
My
You wanna build a
best
snowman?
my best max, and this was high school, was like 415. And you're 60 putting up 405,
62.
bro?
62.
That's crazy. You are built
Yeah,
like a tank.
what Dre's
sir.
not telling you though, he's got a green screen behind him and two guys on the side dressed in green.
Now
Yeah,
you're
that's-
telling my trade secrets, Joe.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure Mike Nitrain sent him those weights and it was 0% infill. It was just the outer layer.
Well, the trick was just on that last video, I got two camera angles. So you got to figure out, well, hey, he gave us a direct side shot of him taking the weight off the rack. And then he had a little bit of angle here where he did 2 reps.
Never actually showed the weights.
Baby.
Well, there's something that Joe could probably print would be to print some weights
Pimp.
that are empty, and then
That's dominant.
You fill them with helium.
I'm pretty sure that Paul could lift 405.
I do every day
creams.
when I get up.
Boston creams.
405 Pepsi cans.
Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta ask, Paul, when you were a little delirious the other day when we were all on that stream, right? Remember?
Yep.
You said you drank 12 cans of Diet Coke a day. Is that accurate?
Diet Pepsi.
No, he's
Diet
not even
Pepsi.
joking about that.
That's accurate?
Yeah.
Mm. And half
How?
a gallon of ice cream.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not
Just
even
a
joking
little at a
about that.
time, all day long.
Jeez, oh Pete, bro.
I don't go
Oh.
anywhere without my can of Pepsi.
Paul,
That
have you
aspartame
considered
must
contacting Pepsi and see if they'll sponsor your channel? You know, just do a product placement. Yeah, and they can provide you with your Pepsi all day.
I could barely make it through one, dude. Shit.
Well, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a 36 pack, and I usually have 6 36 packs of Diet Pepsi right there.
Yeah, that's looking a bit empty, that ball. When are you going to fill it?
Yeah, I gotta replenish.
Yeah, because he's not lying about that. Usually he has a whole rack full of cases of Pepsi back there.
So what is the purpose that drives this hunger for Pepsi?
I don't know. Just.
Well, it can't be sugar.
It tastes good, and it fills the void. And between the Diet Pepsi and the ice cream gallons of ice cream, I got 6-8 gallons of ice cream.
And about 50
I'm
Boston
living
creams.
life large.
And the Tim Hortons.
Large.
Wait. How old are you, Paul?
72.
All right. Well, I mean, that's fuck it mode, I guess. Send it, bro. Yeah, you've lived a pretty good life, man.
That's
Fucking
right. You
send
know,
it.
if I were to die tomorrow, I died my way with Pepsi in one hand and ice cream in the other.
Ice cream in the other.
And a,
Damn.
and a Boston cream on a table.
Oh yeah, and I
Oh.
love my
Yeah.
Boston cream.
Let's hope that all that Pepsi gas has worn off before they cremate you, because otherwise someone's losing their eyebrows.
Damn.
Hey, Dan, he gets his meals on wheels. It'll be chicken and vegetables, and he'll eat the chicken and dump the vegetables down the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Do you really, Paul?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but we've
yeah.
convinced-
I just got them now. That's why I was off. I got chicken and rice, and I ate the chicken and rice, and the mixed vegetables went down the garbage disposal.
What have we
Did you
told
not
you?
give them
Give them to
Mia?
Mia. Carrots and
Those are-
peas
those
are
are
good
the
for the
dog.
dog.
Mia's on a strict diet.
Carrots and peas are good for dogs.
Mia's
actually
on a
are.
strict diet from the
Yeah.
doctor because she has
So is
pancreatitis.
broccoli.
Peas and carrots are also good for people.
Paul's not
Oh,
people, he's
I just
person.
thought it was just kind of a fluff garnish that they put on the damn tray.
Okay, wait. I got more questions. Are you hot? Do you like salty foods, man? Like, are you a salt fanatic?
I salt everything.
Like a lot, a little,
Nice cream.
medium,
No,
couple
just a little
splashes.
sprinkle.
Okay, do
Okay.
you salt it before you taste it?
Yeah,
Hey, bud.
How do you know it needs
Automatic.
salt?
it's automatic. Just
If you salt it before you taste it, that means you're eating too much salt because how do you know it needs salt?
because if I do taste it without salt, I go, oh, eat salt.
Right.
And you got to remember the Meals on Wheels are prepared by other people for senior citizen and shut-ins,
Oh wait, what are you?
and they're not going to salt. They're not going to salt it.
Paul's not a senior citizen yet.
I know my
I
wife
gotta-
can't
I gotta-
wait for us to get Meals on Wheels, so she ain't got to cook it all.
I got a question for you, Paul.
I did.
How do you feel throughout the day? Do you feel bloated?
Like crap.
No, not really.
Yeah, you do.
Not at all.
No.
He has never felt not that way, so
I-
that would
Paul, have you ever? Just out of curiosity, man, have you ever considered just even store bought? You can go behind counter stuff if you want to. You don't even have to see a doctor. Have you ever thought about maybe some like diuretic water pills to see what happens?
No, the only thing I take every week is I take a triple dose of something
Insulin.
of a laxative. Then
I mean,
then I it's like a launch of the space shuttle in the bathroom.
okay.
I do that.
Paul, hey Paul, if you eat these things, see that's a fruit,
What
and
is that?
that's a little tangerine.
Oh,
but
well, they send me fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
I give that away.
if you eat this, see that it's made out of fiber, and
I
then you don't
I
have
got
to take the
apples sitting
laxative.
in the other room, and they'll bring me bags of like carrots and stuff like that, and I give that away.
Healthy diet.
I want to emphasize, and this is coming from someone who has dropped 200 pounds, that not to be a dick, but I feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be here. I'm happy. I am smiley, content. I realize it took a lot of work to get there, and it's not something you can just prove to anybody else unless they prove it to themselves.
Okay.
But I will tell you that I am just mentally, physically feel so much better, right?
Wait till
I-
you get older, Dan. You won't feel that way.
Bear in
Yeah.
mind.
The
Hold on a
question
second.
is, Dan,
Wait,
But
how
carrying
much
around
is-
extra weight makes you older.
Yeah. Dan, you're
Wait a
only in your 30s, aren't you?
Hold on a sec. I might be in my 30s, but I have the problems of a 70 and 60-year-old.
Yeah, he
That's
does
my
that.
issue is I have
Mhm.
so many medical problems at this point that I had to make serious changes, right?
Mhm.
So the things I'm dealing with now can only be amplified that much worse by the time I'm that age, right? So I'm saying as of now, I feel good. And if it's something you can control now, Paul, I would try.
I
you will
control
live
it.
such a
I don't
happy life.
overdo it. I only drink 12 to 16 cans of diet a day. I don't drink all 36 cans or so it's
That makes me
controlled.
sick. That makes me sick thinking about that much sugar.
Now, right.
I felt so.
No, it's,
I
no,
ate.
no, it's diet. There's no sugar in there.
Okay.
No,
It's
fake sugar.
It's aspartame, and yeah, it's aspartame,
Yep.
and it's really bad for your internal organs.
Listen, processed sugar and chemical sugar is the same. It's all poison.
Well, if you want to take it to the extreme,
Natural
everything you
sugars
stick in your
are
mouth
pretty
is-
good.
Yeah, but you don't know where that orange has been.
In the ground.
Yeah,
tree?
and what
fucking hope
what,
not.
what did they
On a
spray
tree.
on? What did they spray on those trees?
Oh
when they
wait,
were growing the oranges.
hold on. It depends. It depends on where you get it from. There's people like in my neighborhood that just have trees that just grow. They don't spray anything on them, and the fruit is delicious. And I go get
Yeah, but
bags
I
of
can
it from them.
guarantee you, Donald's not eating fresh.
Oh.
picked
Nope.
fruit.
But I guarantee it's better than a soda.
I don't know.
Donald,
I do.
Actually, Donald grows a lot of stuff. So
I don't know, Paul. I worry about you. I
Well,
want
thank you
the
very
best.
much, but this too shall pass. I don't plan on living to be 110 or 100.
Oh, we're not saying that, but we want you to feel
No.
good while you do.
Uh-huh.
Question is, Paul, for how many years have you drunk 12 cans a day? Since when?
Probably the last 10, 15 years.
I think you probably do more damage stopping.
No.
I don't think so, man. I think a detox would really clean that system, and he would feel 1,000 times better with a detox.
Oh, could you imagine locking
Well,
him?
when I was in that,
Could
when
you
I was
imagine
in the
locking him
hospital
up,
for when I was in the
with a
hospital for
treadmill,
5
make him do
I
just a
didn't
mile a
drink
day
any
on a
Diet
treadmill
Pepsi.
and drink just water? Do that
And-
for a
and-
week?
And when I was in the hospital for 5 days, I didn't drink any Diet Pepsi. And I felt like shit when I came home and I started drinking Diet Pepsi.
Well,
I'm
So
good.
that's
okay, but that's
withdrawals.
why, because you left the hospital malnourished, which is kind of the idea, is that they detoxed you at the hospital. Like your body just got rid of all that stuff because you couldn't have it. So when you got home, if you had decided at that point to start eating differently or healthier, you would have gotten that malnourishment back really quickly and you would have felt better. Right?
Mhm.
You only associated feeling better with something that you went right back to because you went right back to it. Had you tried something else at that point in time, you would have totally felt it. Your mental status would have changed and altered. You would have been a totally different person, Paul. You would have felt differently, you know. And look, I'm not trying to hold a convention here for you, man. That's not no interventions are happening here. Okay, I've just had my concerns. I had questions for you. I probably could have
Okay,
asked on
Dan.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand everybody has their questions and their concerns, but I'm good. Okay.
Okay, well, I was worried about you that day, and that's what got this conversation going because you
Well,
were
the
really
day that
out
I
of it,
got
bro.
the day that I got bad on here was I had a urinary tract infection that got so bad it was past the
And-
stage where it was starting to affect me.
And
mentally.
unfortunately, that urinary tract infection came from your Pepsi.
I would also agree with that.
That's the unfortunate side.
I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to weigh on that one side or another. I guarantee though that
Well, when I asked the
water is
doctor-
better for
when
you
I-
than
When I
soda.
left the hospital, I asked the doctors if I need to stay away from diet sodas or whatever. They said no, just stay away from the sugar.
Did you tell them how many you have a day?
Yeah, I says I regularly
love
have a
Paul's
Diet
logic.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
See, if
Well,
I was
God,
Pep-
that would go along with the idea that anything you do to excess is bad for you.
Yeah.
if I was Pepsi watching this now, I'd be trying to find out where Paul lives and building a bloody warehouse right outside his door
You're not Pepsi.
and having it pumped in through his taps.
So funny enough, Paul, if you reach out to these distributors and companies like Pepsi themselves, they have a contact slot at the bottom of every one of their web pages. You can reach out and tell them that you're an avid fan and to send you a service pack, which is very interesting because what they end up sending you is a big box of goodies with a whole bunch of neat stuff from Pepsi. And then they ask you to make a video for them, and they consider your video to see if you are a candidate worthy of putting on their labels, of representing their products. And it's really simple to do. But anybody that reaches out to any one of those big distributors, you get an awesome box of goodies like Bluetooth speakers and Pepsi shirts, and they just send it to you for free for being a fan. So
Well, David tried to do that with his printing company, and they just kind of turned their nose up at him.
well, because it's
Oh, this
you're-
is a pile of shit.
that's a little different. But
That's
if you're
probably
talking
not the
about-
best way to start your email when you're saying you're a fan. I'm a big fan of your pile of shit.
But
Uh,
so, for instance, I did that with.
to be honest, that was too friendly, Donald. If I was to email Bamboo now, it wouldn't be, I'm a big fan of your pile of shit.
Yeah,
I'd be like, what's a total crock of shit you keep sending? Why won't you fucking just fix it, you
David,
bastard?
everybody knows that me at my rudest is not even close to you at your most polite.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's fine.
David was thinking about doing advertising spots for what's the name of that company?
Amazon.
No, not Amazon, for
Bamboo.
Bamboo.
Dre, I see you answering the comments in the comment section. You are correct. I should have addressed that. When somebody asks what water pills are, I take them daily. It causes me to pee a lot, but what ends up happening is because I have any sodium, extra sodium, because I'm missing lots of internal organs at this point that they've removed, right?
Oh.
I have to keep my sodium content really low. So what happens is anytime I eat throughout the day, in the morning, I have to wake up and take water pills, which I end up peeing around almost 7 to 8 pounds of water out of my body every day. So I'm drinking tons of water and I'm peeing it out the next day, which makes me very dehydrated. But at the same time,
You're
as long
cleaning
as
your insides out.
I'm cleaning my insides out, yes. And so water pills help you detox your system daily.
Well,
They're like a
knowledge and
dino
experience
rod
of-
for your body.
Yes.
Well, my experience and knowledge of water pills when I played Part 1 of football and I had to make weight.
Yes.
So they would give me water pills starting on Friday night. So I would make weight on Sunday so I could play.
It is incredible how much
The
water your body
hell?
actually holds due to sodium content. And if you relieve
Yes.
all that extra water, you feel
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah. Like for me, I don't add salt unless I have to. I'll eat whatever
Right.
my wife fixes or I buy whatever. I hardly ever add salt unless it's eggs. I get some scrambled eggs because we know there's no salt, natural salt in eggs, whatever. But anything else, vegetables, I don't add any salt to them.
Scrambled eggs, maybe a little bit of salt on scrambled eggs, but usually for scrambled eggs, I throw hot sauce on it.
Well,
Yeah,
See,
so
I'm
you
like
add-
East
you
Coast
add
there.
something
I'm
else to-
90%
for flavor.
Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper.
I get my habanero sauce out, and
Ooh.
I shouldn't have had oranges. I should have scrambled some eggs and had some.
I'm a big fan of the hot sauces.
Say, Dre, you talking about fluid pills. Why you think I've left 4 times?
If you
I take
really,
that
really
fluid
want to
pill,
have a clear out,
and I'm
At
back and
our
forth.
age, Joe, and I don't need water pills. I just got to go.
Mhm.
No, I take the fluid pills in the morning, and it until about 1 o'clock. I'm back and forth.
I wake up first thing. What is that?
Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole.
Now, I make my own, and I've got some upstairs. The blackberry bitch is what I called it. It was made with ghost pepper and blackberry. Pretty good stuff.
This
We
I
used to
just
have
picked
some,
up at the Taco Fest. This was hot as shit. but it's
Speaking
so
of little guys, what's up, Dusty?
Hey, Dan, we used to have some stuff that I worked with the sewer crews. They'd come by and give us some stuff called sewer sauce.
Ooh.
It was
Really?
hot sauce, but they would take the labels and they put sewer sauce on it.
This is one of my favorites. Comes in a little tiny bottle, but this is Melinda's ghost pepper wing sauce. This is stupid
Oh,
hot. I keep a
there's what Joe
There you go, Dan.
yes. There you
Sounds
go.
like
Okay.
Melinda's-
Yeah. So you've got some. You understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah. It's
Mm.
fire. There you go. See, I have a ton. I have a ton. They're just in my box outside.
There's another one.
There you go. Yellow bird.
That stays
Super
right
lit.
here where I can throw it on my food.
Yeah. Always.
Now, one of the things wrong with me is congestive heart failure.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, I've got that in COPD, right? So when I don't take the fluid pills, that's what you see.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So when I go a
Yeah.
couple days without taking them, I'll get a little leg swelling and stuff as well.
Yeah,
Ankle
because I
swelling.
mean,
Mhm.
that's one of the extreme cases where I didn't take it for a couple of days.
Yep.
You can see the
Mm.
leg swelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the sock. That was where I had a sock on.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
once
that's
I take two
yeah.
fluid pills. When that happens, if I have to skip a day, I'll take 2 pills. And
Right.
what'll happen is I am back and forth for
Yep,
about
to the
3
bathroom.
hours,
Yep.
and my legs go right back down.
That's
Mm.
me every day. And that's what I was trying to
Here you
explain
go,
to Paul.
Don.
Paul, they have
Check
over the
that
counter
fluid.
water pills you
Check
can
that
take.
fluid out.
My goodness.
But
Now, was that with compression
it's-
socks on?
No, that was with a regular
Fluoxetine.
pair of socks on.
Okay.
Hey, now you guys buy pre-made stuff. That's the stuff I made, the Blackberry
You
bitch,
make your own.
which is the ghost pepper and
Okay, Donald,
blackberry. But it looks like
How
blood,
much?
don't it?
how much do you want? And send me some. I will buy it. I want it. How do I get my hands on some?
I don't have enough to share.
But you said you make it.
Yeah, I do.
So you can't show me that and then be like, ha, but teaser, no.
Oh gosh, that's so good. I fermented it myself.
You
Oh,
you need to send them a sample, Donald.
and
I
I made
do.
I actually bottled this up in the fall, but hot sauce doesn't really take on its character for a few months after you bottle it,
Mhm.
and it is really it's coming into its own right now.
It's like a fine wine, bro. Cures better with time.
I also have some lemon drop that I mixed with honey and made hot toddy hot sauce.
Oh, that's
Last year.
interesting.
These lemon drop peppers, they're a little hotter than a jalapeno, but they have a citrusy flavor to them.
hmm
And it's
No.
a nice, lighter, not really aggressive hot sauce.
Joe,
Hey, Joe.
I do that with these too. When they get down to about here, I top the rest of it off with honey and then I shake it and then I add it to my food and it's really good.
That gives you that sweet and heat.
Mm-hmm. Sweet
Mhm.
heat,
Yeah.
baby.
Ray,
Yeah,
you're
the
not
other
a
day
hot sauce eater, are you?
What's that?
You're not a hot sauce eater, are you?
No. Never got
I
into
don't-
the hot sauce eating type of stuff, man. I was about as bland as a person get. My wife all gets on my case. Well, you never try nothing new. I said, I know what I like and I like what I know.
Oh, I want the heat just to where the back of my ears start to sweat.
Yes, yes, he gets it. He gets
Yeah.
it. He understands. Almost to the point where it's not tolerable, but you can't stop eating it because it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
It's just
Well,
right to that point.
It's right on the line.
And ghost
Right,
pepper is
Ray
great
and
for
I
that because
have-
it's got that building heat.
Yeah,
It's just
I'll
Yes.
pass on
Oh.
that.
If
Yeah.
you were bald, Don, you would be getting it so that the
I'm getting
the top of
sheen.
your head
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
got moist.
I'm got
or-
mad
and
eating
right-
this
right under-
regular
right under
food
here
like
will
chili and
sweat.
stuff like that. You get that little bead of sweat on your hair right
Yeah,
here.
it's
and
got a
stuff.
little bit there
Yep.
now.
Now, Dre, when I
Yeah.
do Cajun like boils, I ask for the heat, bro, and they bring it
Mm.
sometimes, dude. Especially like Thai boil bags. Holy mackerel, bro! They'll knock your
Mm.
socks off with the heat level, but you can't stop eating it because it's so good. It's like just I don't know. I love it. My palate loves it. You know, my butthole does it, but my palate loves it.
Yeah. I ate
The
a
other day I
the
had
place,
the other
the
day I
pho
had,
place. Oh, go ahead.
the other day I had lima beans and rice with ham, and I took this and I turned my head to do something, and it drips out, right, just little drops, and I
Yeah.
pressed it and was doing this, and I turned back and looked. I had a whole layer of red
Yep,
where it
Ooh.
squirted
That's
out, and I went, I think
that's
I
what I
put too
did
much.
last night. That's what I
But
did
it was
last
good.
night.
My wife and I went to the pho restaurant up in town and never been there, but opened up and looked down through. Oh, spicy. So I ordered that. And she comes out, she goes, she's warning me, it's very spicy. Okay, bring it.
Okay,
It wasn't
Dan's got a
spicy.
picture there.
Yeah, I did the same thing. You see all the orange on there, Joe?
Yeah,
I did the
Yep.
same thing accidentally, man. I made my yellow rice with soy tofu, and then I was sitting there and I looked down, I had like sprays of it on there. I was like,
yeah.
oh well.
I told that to Paul. I said, I think I put a little bit too much this time.
Yeah, it was hot because I was talking to the girlfriend while eating it. I'm like, this is almost not enjoyable, but it's awesome.
If I had known, I should have not named that like blackberry bitch. If I had known it looked that much like blood, I would have called it something else.
That time of the month.
Um,
No, that's no.
Don, if you ever go to an
Damn
Indian
good stuff,
restaurant
period.
and
Ghost
they have
flow.
a fowl,
Yes.
What was that?
if you ever
Damn
go
good
to an
stuff.
Indian
Damn hot
restaurant
stuff,
and they have
period.
Period.
a fowl on the menu, try it.
Nobody would get the end of the joke except for the people in this right
Yeah,
now.
damn hot stuff, period.
Period.
Now
Let
it's
me
just
write that down
period.
so I can
Spell
trademark
it
it.
out, period.
Well, technically, you can change the name, Donald. It is your hot sauce.
I guess I could.
Menstrual insanity.
Or just damn good, period.
You got to emphasize like there's got to be a quotation in the period. Like it has
Yeah.
to say period.
It's got to
with
be
a
hot though. You got to say
period.
hot stuff, period.
Right. Can't just have a dot. You got to actually period with little, hyphens around it.
Yeah.
How about on the blob sauce?
You got Don thinking now. This is nice.
Flo's hot sauce. Damn good. Period.
On the blob sauce, period.
Because
Too
then you
much.
get flow in it.
No, that would ruin it.
Throw away the pad and use the period.
just that's it. Hot flow, period.
That's it.
Fast flowing period.
Because
I think go back to Joe's original. It just make it simple as possible.
You can say
Right.
you
It's
can
hot.
even make it simple.
Period.
Hot, period.
It's
Just
hot.
2 words.
Period.
Hot,
Yeah.
period.
Hot. Period. Yeah. But you kind of need to have it's hot. Period.
Period. Right.
Yeah.
Because if you just say hot. Period,
Well,
people might say, "Oh," they might get the joke too quick.
technically they get
Yeah.
hot flashes when they're on their period, so it makes sense.
I'm actually sweating. Just I keep on taking a little
Yeah.
taste. I'm getting the sweat right under here.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The ear ringing is when you know you've gone too far. That's when you know what you just ate is about to create a very miserable experience for you. It starts with like a burn in the mouth, which is okay, and then the back of your ears start getting hot, little sweat starts to cure up there, and then when you start hearing the high-pitched ringing, you know you're about to be in for a very intense ride you don't want to be part of for the next 25 minutes. That's when you've just gone just slightly too far.
It's when it's hotter going out than it is coming in.
I've done that because I did all the hot challenges. I don't know if you guys remember that 7 years ago. I did the Pepper X. I did them all, and those were the most miserable times ever. I think the Toe of Satan at 9 million Scoville heat units was probably the worst. That was a trip I didn't want to go down for 5 minutes.
I did that one hot chip, the single chip.
Yeah.
thing. I took a corner of it. I didn't eat the whole thing, and it was filled my mouth full of heat. And the next day, I was glad I didn't eat the whole damn chip.
Yes. Yeah. So we actually did we reached out. How did it happen? The one chip challenge people, Packy reached out to us because I did the hot challenge, and they said we watched some of your YouTube videos and we'd like to see you do an extreme version of this. And I was like, how do I make an extreme version of this? And then I thought about it. I was like, I have enough dumb drone pilot friends that fly FPV. We could do an FPV challenge. So we sat these guys down and we started the clock, and they had to freestyle their drones in the goggles after eating the chip for 5 minutes. Right? So imagine dealing with the heat while trying to advanced pilot a race drone through
That might actually help
containers.
with the heat.
So one of them did really well, and the other one suffered, and we almost had to bring him to the hospital because he was puking his guts out, and he almost passed out, and like it got really bad to the point where we almost had to call the ambulance to take him. He
They were
did not
talking
handle
about-
the heat very well.
Yeah, those one chip challenges that they were talking about, that killed kid because he did
Yeah.
like a couple of them.
It swelled up his
Wait.
throat.
Yeah.
Yep. Some people just can handle it, and some people can't. Like when you watch the other dude do it, he's just sitting there, and we kept
know-
talking to him like, "How's it going, bro?" And he's like, "Fine, I feel fine." And Wesley's over here just like, "Somebody call my mom and tell her I'm stupid." And I was like, "Oh my God, there's a huge difference between how these two are tolerating the heat levels."
Yeah, I'm not like a challenge type heat person. I like a heat that just, like you said, you get on that cusp of almost
It's right
too
on
much.
it, right,
Almost
on
too much, but it's still damn good.
and it creates pleasure. It's weird.
Yeah.
It is such
I've
a
only
strange
seen
plane
one
to be
person
on.
do. I've only seen one person do that chip challenge on YouTube, and actually did not seem to affect them.
Okay, well
They
then
ate
watch
it,
the
and they-
here.
But
Paul,
90% of them about fucking died.
Paul, I'm gonna pull up our challenge, and we can skip ahead a little bit if that's cool. And I want to show you somebody who tolerated the heat while flying. And
Okay.
this will, Justin, this will blow your mind because he's not really. His name is Lance Cracker, right? He goes by the Cracker FPV. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up here.
Hey, Justin, today's National Burrito Day.
Look at Don's still having a problem from just tasting that hot sauce.
Oh no, I'm not having a problem. I had sleep in my eyes. I was rubbing my eyes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with
Careful
that.
You
doing that
never
after
rub
eating
your
hot sauce.
eyes after you've been having chili.
I only touched it with that right finger right there, and I did not put it near my eye.
As he's showing you, he's like, I didn't stick it there.
I didn't. I didn't touch. I pointed.
Ooh, that was
We have
on.
more.
All right. Let me see here. Give me a sec.
Guys making a burrito right now. It's that big around.
I
Oh yeah.
just
Someone-
might have to grow a couple of more Naga plants in my allotment.
That's the ones you'll get at Chipotle. They're about like that.
Like the home wrecker.
Freaking huge ass burritos. I usually
Well,
have
we
to do
never
a
had
double wrap.
Chipotle.
Was it every?
Burritos?
Never had them.
Chipotle's good.
So far, all the burritos that I've ordered from the takeouts around here,
Wouldn't have got it.
like
Wouldn't
50% of it is
Oh, it's
rice.
supposed to be a small puppet.
Oh, I thought I was seeing double panels. I was like, what the hell?
Way too much rice in the burritos over here.
I don't think Dan selected the video he wanted to show. He selected the screen that he
Yep.
was on.
There
Oh,
it is.
there we go.
Dan's disabled himself.
Did you remember a hit
All right.
audio?
Lord Bong 941. These guys both have the one chip challenge in front of them. We're going to let them open the coffin case and show you guys what they got. And then after that, we're going to set up some equipment and get these guys ready to fly some FPV while they try to deal with the heat. Should
They're off. Go fly. That's good enough. Go fly. Go fly.
They're both in the air.
Are they?
They're both in the air.
Oh God.
Here you
Oh,
go.
it's fucking hot. What the fuck?
It's a little hot.
I'm flying a dead battery.
Oh no!
You just cruise.
Just cruise.
I'm cruising.
Yeah, cruise.
Yeah. Oh, fuck my life. What the I don't want to see it. Where am I?
Where is it? Where is it?
In my lap.
Oh yeah? Oh no, there it is. That was like a crumble. You're good. Oh yeah. All right. There you go. All right. All right, man.
How was the taste?
About another 30 seconds. The heat's really going to start coming in.
Does it taste decent or is it just straight
Oh, it tastes fucking wonderful, dude.
Beautiful.
Oh God. What are your thoughts, Lance? Oh, we can't even talk. Keep your mouth closed. Yeah.
Here we go.
You got the handle in it. I'll give you that.
2 minutes. 2 minutes 30 seconds. It'll start to peak.
I want to throw up. My goggles are fogging. What's your fan? I don't have one.
Oh, no.
It kind of. Oh, fuck. shit's warm, yo.
Lance is
That shit's warm, yo.
We've had plenty of dry bread available to eat.
Good. You guys only have like 3 minutes and 40 seconds left.
If you had hot Cheetos before, it's like 100 times worse.
Fucking
Heat
trying to
comes
compare it to hot
in.
Cheetos.
We're really gonna see the fun.
How do you get it to top?
Now. Where's
Hey.
another battery?
Yeah, where's another battery? 4 cell?
No, 5S.
Let me do that.
It's got 5.
In my bag.
Shows on it.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm surprised he's taking it.
Battery change. Battery change. Come on, pit
Lance,
stop.
land wherever you're at. We're doing a battery change.
Pit through. Pit through.
Let's
go over there playing in the sign.
I want to throw up.
That's to breathe through his nose. Very good strategy.
Lance says, yeah, because you breathe through your mouth, or else get worse.
Now you can rip it. He's a still out of full battery. Yep.
Yo.
Take a breath.
Oh, yep, spitting it. He,
Breathe in your nose, bro. Plug back in.
No, Wes is burping. This is when it's gonna get bad.
Rip it.
Get it, guy.
Rip it.
I mean, Long Dong is gonna pass out.
you know, you start spitting. That's a sign you're getting ready to just hurl.
Is that a coin?
Okay,
happening?
While we're just waiting, guys, you got 2 minutes left.
Sorry, I'm crying in my goggles.
Oh, 2 minutes, dude. 2 minutes.
Honestly, you guys chance, dude.
Bro.
You know the milk's right there whenever you guys need it.
Yeah, don't walk away from the milk. The milk's your friend. And my nose is running.
Yeah. Good, bro.
By the way, milk doesn't work.
Oh, you guys want to know how hot these
Coconut
chips
milk does.
They're no joke.
It tends to curdle. Dry bread is best.
Yo, there's milk if you need it, bro. You don't have to go the full 5.
Coconut milk is the better.
Lance is an animal, bro.
There it is. Need to help a fellow patron.
Wow.
I don't know. I've
You
always
still haven't
found
taken a
the
chug of milk at all, right?
Still have an employment quad. Damn.
Yeah,
Little spice got stuck in my throat. This is crazy. Don't try this at home, kids.
Don't try this at home.
He was crying.
I
was crying in my goggles, bro.
see. Yo, you guys got 1 minute left. Challenge.
No, my lips. I can't feel my lips.
You're flying great.
But I can't feel my lip.
Oh my god!
5 minutes later.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy crap, dude! Oh, it got real fast. Jeez. All right, guys. I just want to make sure everybody's aware, bro. These chips are no joke, man. They're really no joke. You know, luckily, group of guys around here, man. Everybody's here to take care of each other. Do this on your own time. Just make sure you have proper stuff, because Wes here, man, has really been. Everybody handles it different. Wes has been having a little rough since the challenge, and but he's coming out of it. Lance, however, man, Lance. I don't know what to say. He's an animal, bro. He's just an animal. He hasn't even touched the milk yet. He just ate beef jerky now. Yeah. Wes, unfortunately, took it a little harder. So it's just be careful, guys. If you're messing with these peppers, take it easy.
Nobody wants your meat stick.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's. I mean, you've seen the videos on YouTube. Anyways,
That's funny.
I'm glad you left the warning in at the end.
Well, because like I said, we almost had to call the ambulance for Wes. At one point, he just passed out on the ground, and we were like, we didn't show all that obvious reasons YouTube, but we talked about it after the fact. He got cold. He was like bundled up in somebody's like quilt they had at this point. Like he was going through it, man. I felt really bad. We got a little concerned for Wes there fast. So
I hope you
What
put
was-
some toilet
we
roll in
just
the
like-
freezer.
Like tortilla chips.
what's that?
What were they? Just like tortilla chips with
Yeah, it's like a single Dorito, but super hot.
Super
Right.
hot. It just goes to show Lance, like I said, is just built different, dude. He was eating pepper beef jerky 5 minutes after the challenge and was like, fine. It was like, how?
Yeah.
Whew, man, just watching the two of them and how they handled it was crazy, So I take it more like Wes does. When I do that stuff, I'm just done. I'm like, oh my God, and your body takes
Like I
almost
said,
24
I
hours
just
to
ate the
recover.
corner. I just ate the corner, and maybe inch square piece of one, and
Wow.
it was.
Yeah, no.
It. I can't imagine doing a whole chip, but
I take it you can't buy these.
yeah, they were selling them at convenience stores. I don't know if they still sell them, but
Yeah, they just actually ended the third run now. They just had a third generation of the thing out here, and they sell it at 7-Elevens and stuff because they know everybody does the challenges. So 7-Eleven was selling the chips for $12.99 a piece for one, which isn't bad if you're gonna try to kill yourself. But
Yeah, it just showed the
Yeah.
Amazon listing a minute ago.
yeah. But then the problem is when they phase out, when the chips are done and Packy stops doing it, then everybody that bought bulk loads of these chips goes on eBay and sells them for like $300 and $400 a chip because they're not being manufactured anymore. And then people that want to do the challenge that have YouTube channels end up purchasing it for $100 to $400 off these people. So that's a lot of them just end up getting sold off on eBay after the fact.
okay, that was a mistake.
Sounds like a damn good investment opportunity.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Remember the
I've been
pastrami
sucking on.
challenge?
I've been sucking on the hot
Pastrami
sauce
challenge?
while watching that.
Mhm.
I didn't even think. Just reached for my hot coffee and drank.
Oh, yeah, that
Hot afterwards. That sucks.
Yeah, you guys remember the pastrami challenge? That nasty ass fish that comes in the can.
Ew.
Oh yeah, no, that's nasty.
That shit's all fermented. Paul remembers
Right,
this video. Hold on.
I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I gotta go wash the bike. And
Yeah,
do
you
some
open the
stuff.
can and you start throwing up.
Oh, this dude's funny. He's funny.
He opens it up in his car. He doesn't realize it's
here
high
we go.
pressure.
What's happening? Oh, that's the worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. It's everywhere. Yo, it's everywhere.
Fucking
Oh, I cannot explain the smell with words. It is everywhere.
Fucking shit got all over his
Oh,
car.
no, I cannot have. Oh, the smell. Oh, the smell. It's sitting outside. You done speak?
Yeah, he's funny.
They're
I watch
done.
him all the time.
I still want.
Videos of people.
I still need to
opening
get a
that
can of
shit.
that and put it in your Justin's goodie bag.
I will not open it. You best believe I'm not opening that shit.
Yeah, but you don't know what I'm going to label it as.
Yeah.
Okay, you
But if
can't
it comes in a
mistake-
can, it just
Well, you can't mistake the cans because they're fermented. It actually pressurizes a can and they pop out. Where the can looks like it exploded. It looks like your battery in your laptop. Yeah, you can't mistake one of those cans. I don't care if you relabel it.
Okay, everybody, I think I'm gonna call it.
All right.
Leave on that note. Get out and burn your tonsils and burn your throat and burn your butthole.
yes.
We'll see ya. We'll see you later
Later.
today.
And don't forget
Later,
your
everybody.
Pepsi.
Yep, and don't forget, follow with a Pepsi. That's right. Bye for now, everybody.